Hello.
Hello there, beautiful people.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the next, but now episode 1 of Glitchless Podcast with your hosts, me, Luke, and Ross.
And me. Yeah.
Whoa.
How you doing, buddy?
Oh man.
Tired?
yeah. The early wake up is a big hit.
So, for those of you who don't know, Luke has been off the past 3 weeks and he's been living that good life. And this morning he's had to head back into work, and that early start's a pain in the arse, isn't it?
Yeah, the 4 a.m. alarm isn't the nicest.
Oh, dude, I feel your pain. Last night I went to sleep at 2:30, and it's not good.
Oh shit! I never updated the title.
It's still
Wait,
zero.
well no, I did it, but obviously because I was trying to figure out a little extra tagline to put in it, and I must have, when I closed OBS to open up my cam for you earlier, I must have not saved. It's
glitched out. See? It glitched.
Yeah, you can say that. Fuck, I was. God, I want to put something in there.
Well, the technical difficulties can sort out. If people are wondering why I'm so red, it's because I've just had a shower, a very nice, hot, steaming shower, and it's fantastic.
I've updated it, so at least it says episode 1. I wanted to put a tagline in there or something, because I've obviously got the main title, Luke and Ross present Glitchless Podcast episode 1, but I wanted to put something else in there, but I couldn't think of anything, and that's what stumped me for ages.
We'll sort it in post.
Well, no, so it's for the people that come into the stream side of things.
No. Go back in time, sort it in post. Don't worry about it. It's fine. We've got the technology. We can just sort this out.
Not for the people that are watching it live.
No, not for the people watching it live, like right now.
No, exactly.
But not in this universe, anyway. Just in the other universe that we can go to.
I thought of the one I put in there, and I was like, nah, that's not good enough, because I put question mark coffee or tea. Because that's always a big thing that people fucking are constantly like
trying to figure out
which one's better. It's like, well,
obviously tea.
No, coffee.
No, man, no. Coffee, it's down to the bean. Tea has so many different blends and flavors.
So has coffee. You don't even understand how many fucking versions of coffee there are, dude.
I know there's like hard blend, roasted, and stuff like that. To be honest, I'm more of a tea man and you're more of a coffee guy, so you probably know more about coffee than me. But Earl Grey is the shit. I'm just gonna say that right now.
At least you didn't say them fucking horrible like flavored fruit teas, because they actually taste like arse.
Oh no, the H2O ones where it's like, oh, you can use this in cold water.
Oh, those things,
cold water. Yeah, you pop it in cold water and it just tastes like coloured water.
Yeah,
it's not.
They never taste of anything. I mean, the worst one I had, I've tried 2 fruit teas. One was an orange and mango, and I thought that's gonna be nice, and it tasted like arse.
Oh no!
And then,
how do you know what arse tastes like?
Mate, I ain't gonna fucking say I don't, because if a girl gives me that booty, I'm gonna eat that shit if they allow it.
Fair enough.
I ain't denying that. I'll fucking eat an ass, man. I've eaten many ass in my life.
For many, that's getting clipped. For many people to know. If you're ever interested, Luke does eat ass, but only for his female friends.
Yeah, I ain't eating no fucking man's hairy asshole. Fuck off.
To be honest, they are quite hairy. Like I've had thoughts.
I mean, well, to be fair, women also do. It's something that they can't control.
But it's a difference because, like, I could literally braid mine and probably make a rope out of it. Where, yeah,
Oh my god.
I think it. Well, this podcast
I don't.
evolved
How,
really
how
quickly.
on earth could you have that long arse hair?
Dude, it's like my normal hair when it goes with floppy, but obviously you have much worse hair. But I have, like, the hair that I have on my head grows everywhere. If that makes sense, it grows at the same rate. So if I don't keep on top of it, it gets wild down there, and it gets painful.
So you're genuinely saying right now that you, on the regular, trim your asshole hairs?
Yeah. Doesn't everyone?
I've never done it.
Dude, I have to do it every, like, month or two, otherwise it gets bad. It's like, I'll catch it whilst I'm doing a wipe, and it pulls out a hair, and you get like that weird tear coming down, and it's not a good experience. It really is not. It really is not.
I mean, yeah, catching an arsehole hair isn't the nicest feeling ever, I will admit that.
Oh, especially when... Have you ever had, like, pepper and it's gone through wrong and it hasn't fully digested? So you're wiping and it catches that, and then it catches arsehole hair, and it's like a double trouble, because then the peppercorn's scratching you as you're wiping, and the arsehole hair gets ripped out, and it's just double the amount of pain, and you're just like, what am I doing with my life right now? And you have kind of like a weird moment on the toilet where you're just like, okay, what just happened? I do not know. But it's not good. Anyway, other stuff.
Other stuff?
Other stuff.
Like what I decided to do 15 minutes before stream.
Oh yeah, when you decided just to absolutely kill your ton off.
Yeah, I decided to try a piece of 6.4 million Scoville unit chocolate.
As you do.
Yeah, you do. Just a casual 6.4 million chocolate.
Not like it's gonna send you to hospital or anything. I can't handle a bloody jalapeno, let alone 6.whatever million you've just had. It would literally kill me off. Like how red I am now, it'll literally be, my skin will be on fire.
Oh mate, like for anyone that does it for like the first time, like obviously for people who don't like spice and chili and stuff, I wouldn't recommend it at all. But for people who like spicy food, it's a fun experience. But it's the fact that it's not like other chili style foods that you eat where it's like you're eating it tastes really good, but because the fact that it actually tastes nice, it does make you get that burn, you get that numbing sensation, but it makes it kind of worth it because the food tastes good, where this is literally just out to cause you pain because it's not sweet chocolate. It's completely like full on, like I think it's like 90% cocoa chocolate, so it's not sweet, it's very bitter chocolate. It doesn't taste good, and the second that you bite into it and you start to actually chew it, it's just instant.
Well, that's the name of the chocolate, isn't it? It's called instant regret, and when you had it, it was instant regret. That's what made me laugh so much.
Yeah, literally it was instant regret. The second that I bit into it, I was like, okay, and I was like, oh, there's some instant warmth there, and then I bit that chunk and it just went and just popped and went, oh my god.
I was really worried for the podcast because I was just like, this is half an hour before the podcast, Luke. Should you really be doing this right now?
It's like, I'll be fine. And literally, 10 minutes later, I was absolutely fine. You just
is good.
Yeah, you just got to allow. It was literally just like my tongue and like the sides of my mouth, which is like almost like when you get pins and needles in your foot and you try to stand on your foot for the first time and it just like hurts.
You feel like you're about to collapse in on itself.
Yeah, that's imagine that feeling, but like just like in your mouth and only in your mouth.
I couldn't imagine anything worse. That would be so uncomfortable. I would hate every second of that. See, with how big I am, I get pins and needles in my shoulder. Because when I turn over onto my shoulder, my fat ass, because I'm so goddamn heavy, it basically cuts off the blood circulation, so I have to wake up halfway in the middle of the night and be like, alright, other shoulder. But I know for a fact that it's horrible, because for the first 10 minutes, I'm just like, cut my shoulder, I need to get it normal, and you kind of have to stress it.
Yeah,
but I can't, I won't imagine how you'd be able to stress your cheeks. It would just be... it would just be there.
Yeah, but it's such, because like I said, it's such a different feeling, because it's not, it's not a blood circulation thing. It's the capsaicin in chili that causes the numbingness and the pins and needles style feeling across the entirety of your mouth. Because obviously when I bit it, I was like, if I swallow this, then I'm gonna get the stinging down the throat, which is not what I wanted, especially when I know I have to talk for the next 2 to 3 hours. So I was like, what I will do is I'll just hold it in my mouth. But unfortunately, because of the capsaicin and it makes you salivate so much, it's like the pool of drool in my mouth was getting bigger and bigger. Therefore, it was spreading further and further through my mouth. So it's like, it was only on my tongue initially. But by the time I actually went to obviously spit it out, it had all the saliva had hit the sides of my cheeks and the very back of my tongue. And then when I spat it out, it then, as it went out, it crossed the very inside of my lips. Then my lips started tingling. And then obviously after that, I was like, right, have a drink. Just try wash it away. But what's the first thing that's going to happen? You swallow, the capsaicin's still there. It then went down the throat. But not as bad as eating the chocolate and then swallowing the chocolate, because then it would have just gone all the way down.
I'd just absolutely fuck your day up.
To be honest, the way because it's with that chocolate, like I said, with chili foods in general, there's normally a flavor to heat ratio that you normally keep, and that doesn't have that. So it's not like a building heat like a lot of chili foods have, where it's it starts off and it builds and builds, and the more you eat, the more intense it gets. But it's combated by it tastes nice, because you don't want to eat something that tastes like shit, because then you're not going to enjoy it at all.
No.
Where it is out to only cause pain, because there's no, it's not sweet, it's very bitter chocolate. It's just very high quality chocolate, but it's very high quality bitter chocolate, because it's just all cocoa. So there's no part of it that's nice to eat.
Not at all. But there's interesting thing about heat stuff, like Scovilles and all that other stuff, is it's literally blowing up the cells inside your tongue. So that's what the heat comes from. It's I think it sends calcium out, and it calcifies your cells to make them explode in your mouth. So that's why if you have bread or milk or anything like that, it's supposed to stop the heat because of the oils in it.
Right, well, the bread thing, yes, that is very true, because you just eat plain dry bread because it allows it to absorb the oils. That is true.
It's true.
But when the whole, when people say about drinking milk, no, please, people need to stop drinking milk.
What's wrong with milk? Is this one of the things?
This is one of the things that everyone forever has just always done. They say it is the best way. It's yes, for the gratification of the cooling and everything, and the fat in, is a coating to get cover, to hopefully make it a lot easier to deal with. Yes, that is how it works. That's science. But when it comes to because that's why the one thing you notice, people who drink the milk, that's when I draw the line. If you're nice ice cold milk, gulp it, load in your mouth, and then spit it out. Yes, you are doing what you are meant to do. You are using the fat in the correct way. But the people that drink the milk and swallow it, that's where you're going wrong. Because
it's still getting into your guts.
Because it's the fat in the milk and the oils from the capsaicin in the chili extract those two things combined strip the lining of your stomach.
Oh, no.
And are literally burning you from the inside out, a chemical reaction. So that's why if you notice people that do it, the people that are just like just to get rid of it, that's what you're meant to do, or eat bread.
Yeah, it's like a chemical reaction with ice and salt. And,
yeah, if you squeeze it and cause it to go under pressure, you will literally burn and scald your hand, which you think, how the hell does that work? But it's a chemical reaction thing.
Yeah, and it's just one of the things where it's just like, science, it's brilliant, but it can kill you.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's why I did double science when I was in school. I used to love it, every aspect of it. Like how the whole world is just all these little tiny atoms, and also that you most likely have got Albert Einstein atoms in you, but also like terrible people's atoms in you. You've got basically the whole universe inside of yourself, but it's really cool. I don't want to go into too much technical details because I don't want to go on for like half an hour just about science. I know what I'm like. I don't stop.
Right, it's a rambling stream.
Yeah, to be honest, that is very true. That is very true. All right. So, particles have a basically half-life, and if they have a half-life, it leads to believe they have an endpoint. So, in the terms of billions and billions and billions of years into the future, the idea some scientists have is there's going to be the end of everything. Literally, everything will just end.
Mm-hmm.
Because if the sun was to survive that long, which it probably won't, because we're talking about billions, if not trillions of years into the future at this point, it would just go into its base elements. And the idea is the whole universe will literally just scatter into base elements and then compress onto itself like a super black hole, possibly recreating the Big Bang or just going into nothing. No one really knows at that point. But I've been contemplating this. If there's a way to actually perceive the end of the universe. So if you, this is hypothetical. This is not something that's even, I don't think is possible. It might be, I'm not sure. So hypothetically, if you were to go faster than the speed of light, you can dilate time, because time itself, E equals mc squared. Basically, time itself is relative to how fast you are moving. So if you're moving past the speed of light, everything else in the universe is going to be moving a lot slower, but at the same time, the further away you move, the faster it goes. So for you, everything will be going slower, but for everyone else, it'll be going a lot faster.
Yeah, time dilation, yeah.
Yeah, just time dilation. So if there's a way to create a pocket of time dilation where it's in control, like a gravitational field pocket, where there'd just be a point where the time dilation would be going on, but at an accelerated rate. So at that point, it'll go to the end of the universe. Would that, if the whatever system you would ever use to contain it to get breached, would it be like a knock-on effect, like a nuclear bomb, or would it be just a dissipation of atoms into that part of that reality where it will just collapse in on itself, creating a chain reaction that will collapse everything else into it, like a super black hole?
Pretty much, yeah. It would be a chain reaction thing.
I want there to be I want there to be something that you could possibly even view the end of the universe itself, and that's something that I dream of every day. But again, this is a hypothetical thing, and this is what I'm thinking: would that happen, or would it not? And it's a bit of a random thought.
I don't saying basically being able to see that situation happen. I don't know if anyone would want it to happen because of the risks.
Yeah, how dangerous it would be. That's in all reality.
Yeah, it would literally, and I wouldn't even think it'd be to the point of doing the research to because you couldn't test it, because it couldn't be something that you would test. It'd have to be something that you would do that it would be guaranteed to work, but you can't guarantee something is going to work. It would need testing, but you couldn't test something like that.
No, the only way
Because
you
of
would be able to test something like that is if you had a different universe to test it in.
Yeah, but we
then
can't.
at the same
Yeah,
time-
but then if we were able to go to a different dimension to test things, I think that's the last of our worries. Like our technology is far superior enough for us to not really care about that, because if it's like, oh, looking at, you know, what could happen if all this happens, like, well, if that happens or anything bad is happening to our universe, we just go, you know, it's like just, yeah, it's literally just like moving house. Like, this neighborhood is really, really rough. I'm gonna use some time, save some money, and I'm gonna change countries, or I want to move to, like, you know, me move away from here and move up to you. That's that kind of thing where it's like, if we don't like this after a little while, we're just gonna hop on a bus and just change universes. I don't think if we had that technology, we wouldn't even need to worry about testing this thing, because it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it would be one of the things where it would be so far ahead. But for this thing to even work, you need multiple different technologies to work. So a couple things we need is complete control over gravity itself, because what I found out the other day, there is two types of gravity. There is the normal type of gravity where it attracts, and there is the opposite type of gravity, which is theorized to be part of what happened with the Big Bang, which repels. I only just learned about this the other day. It's a theoretical form of gravity, because obviously we've never observed it, but it's a possibility with the maths, where there's a gravitational field that actually repels instead of attracting, like pretty much everything else in the universe. But the repelling force is across the whole of the universe, so how it's constantly growing and expanding, that is the repelling gravity wave almost. And then will it reach a point at some point where it'll come back in onto itself? Another thing would be faster than light travel, just to accelerate something past the speed of light, which at that point you basically created mini nuclear explosions in that area anyway.
Yeah.
So you're gonna need some really good ass containment.
Yeah. And like I said, if you've got the technology to, you know, do all of these things, you'd already
that shit.
You'd literally need like outer world IQ, like far beyond what the human brain could and is physical of holding.
Real big brain time.
Real big brain time.
Galactic brain. I think, like, once we get to the point of quantum computing, it might be something that numbers could get crunched on it, but it's reaching that point. Well, saying that, we have got quantum computers at the moment. It's just they're very shit, because how they work is, like, they've got a 1 and a 2 like encoding decibel to it, but they've also got there's a 1 that can be a 2 and a 3. So there's a third type of coding decibel that can be all three of them. And that third one, trying to figure it out how it works, is what's fucking everyone up. But apparently they've had some progress with it, trying to code it.
Yeah.
But it's been around since 2016, I think the first quantum computer was made. Which I was like, oh my god, that's so long ago. But obviously with anything, it's the bloody software that needs to catch up. We've created the hardware, it's just we can't figure out the software for it. Which is always an issue. It's like, all the stuff I'm talking about, whenever have you ever, like, heard of the Flash, like, the fastest man in the DC universe?
If you don't know who the Flash is, have you been living under a rock?
Yeah, obviously.
Like, I don't like DC, Marvel. I don't do any of that shit. The MCU, I don't give a crap about. Like, I've literally watched like probably 3 of like the 500 films that they've ever released in any universe.
They have brought out a hell of a lot of films, and also the comic books are better, and they take a lot of stuff from the comic books. The films are good, but as I was saying with Flash, his powers are so bloody overpowered because he can move faster than the speed of light without any friction, which kind of leads to the point where he can travel back in time.
Yeah.
So he's kind of got the ultimate Deus Ex Machina, where it's like, oh shit, that's just happened. Ah, it's alright. I'll change that real quick. And it was actually a major plot point where they changed. He literally changed the whole comic book universe, which made it go into like Run 52. But it was one of the insane things. Have you ever watched the? I know you say you don't like DC or anything like that, but have you ever watched like the TV show that brought out the Flash TV show?
I did watch. I have watched some of it. Yeah.
What did you think of it? A bit cheesy?
I didn't really watch enough of it. I think I watched like 2 episodes or something.
And then you kind of was like, meh.
Yeah, it's one of those things. It's just like it never really gripped me, and it was so long ago. It's fucking years ago, so I don't even remember.
Just remember all the crap we used to watch when we were kids. Oh, we were talking about the other day with the Powerpuff Girls, with all the with all the bull crap with that.
Oh yeah,
literally
stuff that you could like, because everyone nowadays are such fucking wetties that everything is just. Everyone will take offense to anything that you say.
Yeah.
Or people find anything offensive. Like, people have been like, for years trying to cancel fucking Family Guy because of how offensive it is. It's like, grow the fuck up. They've been doing the exact same shit for like 10 years or however long.
And that's
fucking
the point of the show.
Yeah, that's what it's meant to be. But there are so many people that just like the new generation are just trying to like cancel it.
I think it's to do. So the reason behind that, the wokeism, is social sciences. So there's like all these different social sciences. I looked into this the other day because I got really interested with like how come recently like cancel culture, all this new stuff that's been happening recently, why it's happened. And I looked into it, and it's like it all stems back from social sciences that came into universities and college in the 1980s. Back then, they weren't actually classified as proper degrees, but they've gotten to a point now that they're proper degrees. They've not been peer-reviewed by anyone since the 1980s, since they were created, so no one's criticized them. And the terminology they use is very like entrapment wise, like the way they use stuff. It's just like, oh yeah, that sounds like you are taking offense, but because you're taking offense to this, that means you're this or that means you're that. And it's one of the things where they just entrap you into it. It's like when you look back at old TV shows, as I was saying, it's one like a couple of things like Powerpuff Girls, like where the professor talks to the little girl that comes around and she's like, oh, I was an accident as well, Professor. Like stuff like that now just wouldn't fly. The parents would be up and on. But I love the fact that it's still out there somewhere. Or when the professor, no, it wasn't the professor, it's the actual Powerpuff Girls themselves made themselves a sister that literally got blown the hell up. And it was just like, oh, okay. That girl just died.
Theoretically, yeah.
Right, doggo. Did you see him earlier pop his head in?
No, I didn't. I've got like a lot of your window cropped on the main screen. I've only just so I can see a part of the actual Discord call, so I can obviously like see you in real time. Yeah, see you in real time rather than looking at the delayed stream version.
Yeah, that's fair enough. What's I saying? I've just completely lost my train of thought.
About the Powerpuff Girls.
Powerpuff Girls, that's it. What was the one you said the other day when it was like...
Oh, the giant fucking robot. They're like... I think like the army are trying to like fucking... like shoot him with tanks and stuff, and he's just like he keeps like destroying them and getting stronger, and his line is like, with every man you throw at me I get harder, or I grow bigger. With every man you give me I grow bigger.
I wonder what that could allude to.
Yeah,
just who knows.
It must mean his height.
Yeah, it's definitely height.
It's like leveling up, right?
Yeah, leveling up. It's like once you get to level 100, you just there's like a milk fountain. Obviously, that's what happens when you get to level 100
Mm.
in any game.
Oh yeah, of course.
Oh, you're right there, dog. My dog's struggling to get on my bed. He's hurt his back paw, bless him, and he's old.
Yeah.
I hate seeing that. I love him, but I hate seeing him grow old. It's really, it's one of the things where, like, then lie down, or are you gonna try to wreck my bed? Sorry, he's.
There we go.
He's literally. There we go. It's all comfy now and cozy. It's one of the things that I loved when I had him when he was younger, but it's like, you're really cool, but I just don't. I know for a fact in a couple of years' time it's gonna be over, and I just feel dead sad about it. It's just like, can't you just stay the same? Just like, just grow old with me.
Yeah, that's the thing with pets, though.
You love them and then they break your heart, but it's worth it every time.
I mean, I've literally had one pet and one pet only.
I don't think we've talked about that before. What pet have you had?
I had a cat.
I think you did tell me before you had a cat. What was his name?
Her name was a very, very strange name, but we had it shortened because of... It's not a name that you would say to call your cat. Like, you know, you go outside and, you know, it's fucking dinner time and the cat's not come back. So you go out, you open the back door and you call your cat's name or your dog's name when they come scuttering through and to come have the dinner or whatnot. Yeah, what we decided to name our cat didn't work. It was my parents' decision, because the day we got her, I was actually at my auntie's house because my mum and my dad were on like 100 miles away, because they were. I can't remember what the place was called now, or where they were. I can't remember now. I think it begins with a. I feel like it begins with a K, but I can't think. But basically, they were away for an entire day for them to both get their black belt.
Wait, what?
Yes.
Was it doing? Oh, okay.
They are both black belts. Yeah. All right. It's only karate.
Yeah, but still, black belt in anything is still discipline.
Yeah, but they have and they still have. I'm pretty sure it's in still on display in their room. I think somewhere is their actual certificates that are completely. There is no English on them. They're all written in Japanese.
That's pretty cool. It's like having Japanese Pokemon cards or something like that. But instead of Pokemon cards, it's a proper fighting title.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
But yeah, so while they were doing that, I was shipped off to my auntie's house. You know, just going there, playing with my cousin Ryan and stuff like that. Being the oldest of my auntie's children there was only 4 of them back, 3 of them back then, but there is 7 of them now because my auntie just pops out kids constantly.
She's a busy woman, it sounds.
Well, yeah, each child is basically a different man. She remarries all the time. Well, I think there was 3 blokes, I think, or 4 for 7 children. But the first I think the first 4 were my uncle, and then the other lot were from I think 2 other guys, I think. But that's not the point. Basically, they had a stray cat that they used to feed, and one day that cat was just getting fatter and fatter and fatter. Oh, the cat's pregnant.
Oh, okay.
And when I was there, the cat just happened to. They had a bed, because sometimes because it was completely straight and no one owned it. They used to let it in, and they had a little cat bed under their stairs that could have somewhere warm to sleep. And
And
one
chill.
day, you know, on that very specific day, the cat was under the stairs, just laying there all pregnant and shit. And then suddenly we just hear the cat was going fucking mad, like really meowing really loud. Oh, the cat's given birth.
Oh dear. That must have been interesting to watch. Just a random ass cat.
For a hang on.
I'm trying to think how long a cat birth would take.
I was 5 or 6.
Damn, this is a long time ago then.
Oh yeah. This was like, we're talking like 97.
So a year after I was born. Not to make you feel old or anything.
Yeah, it's either 97 or 98. It was one of them 2 years. I was like about 6 or 7 years old. And no, 5 or 6 years old. And obviously cats were born. I was like, oh my god, kittens. And all black and white, you know, like tabby cats sort of looking things. There was there was like 6 of them, I think. I don't remember how many kittens there were, but there was just one that stood out. The runt of the litter. A all over grey cat. Not black, not white, not black and white, just straight grey. Like a silver grey.
That sounds amazing. What?
So,
especially for all the other cats being black and white.
Yeah, but that is it's very, very common.
What, to have one random one?
Yeah, like runts of litter is really, really common. But basically, you know, cats are born, and I was like, oh, look at that one. That one's different. I didn't know anything. I was a young child. I was like, that one's different. Parents come to pick me up from my auntie's later that night, and as soon as they walk in the door, I pull them in through the front door to the stairs and point and go, I want that. I want a cat. I want that grey one.
Just like, I want that.
I want that one. That one, the grey one. The one that's different. And I think like a month later, because obviously you have to allow the cats to be raised by their mum for a little while.
Yeah,
you can't just take them straight away from their parents, because they won't, you know, because they need to feed and get all the correct shit that they need, vitamins and shit from the mum's milk and stuff. But basically, as soon as it was able to leave its mum, we took her home. And because obviously the name comes from what also happened to be something that my parents were doing for their black belts. And it is in basically in karate, obviously you have like your set of like you have like the moves and the things that you do in like sets of what they call katas. Okay. So you had like a kata, and it's like you do a step, punch, side, block, and you do this whole move set of like things that do, and it's called a kata.
So as the name was then kata.
And no. And one of the katas that I think that's where it came from. One of the katas that they had to do for their black belt was the Tekioka Showdown.
That's an interesting one.
The cat was called Tekioka Showdown. That was the name of my cat.
That just seems like that's an interesting thing to shout. Like when you shout it out in the street, and all of a sudden, just some random guy turns up who's like twice your size, who's just like, "No, I was just calling my cat, dude. I'm sorry." That sounds like that would happen.
But yeah, so basically, my cat was called Tekioka Showdown.
Oh.
But we shortened it because that was never going to be a name where we were actually going to give her. It was her actual given name, but
yeah,
she had a name that was the only name that we actually used for her, which was just Teki, which is the very first syllable.
That's cute. Just like, Techie, come here.
Yeah.
And it'd be... So how long did you have this cat for? A couple of years?
14.
14 years. That's still a long time for a
Yeah,
cat.
so, yeah, actually, she was 14 years old. So we got her in 1998 because she died in 2012.
Really?
On Christmas Eve.
Oh, dude. That's just a hit in the heart on a hit on the heart.
It was not... Yeah, it wasn't a great Christmas.
I completely understand with, like... Christmas just makes it worse, but I completely understand with, like, a death of a cat or something like that. Because, like... It's... One night they're there, the next night it's like, oh, okay. And it's just a terrible, terrible thing. I would never wish it on my worst enemies. Like, murder them, yeah, it's fine. Don't ever give them a cat to love and care for, and then that happens.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, but that is literally the one and only pet I've ever owned.
Are you looking? Will you own any more pets eventually?
I've always wanted another pet, always have. But
what'd you get?
I don't know. I always wanted to get a Horsefield tortoise.
Horsefield tortoise.
Yeah.
Sounds like they're a generational pet, with like a type of pet you hand down to your children, and then your children hands down to their children.
It's a 2 generation, I would say, because they can live for like quite a decent amount of time, but they only grow. I think like the shell size of a Horsefield max is about like 3 inches.
Oh, so it's a little tiny thing.
Fucking tiny. Like at full growth, they'd still fit in the palm of your hand.
Oh, so it's like a micro pig without the horrible genetic intervention.
Yeah, it's a natural thing. It's just a one that is just very, very small.
See, I always wanted a snake or a gecko, something like that, or a lizard. A snake or a lizard, that would be something I want. It's just the terrariums for them are ridiculously expensive, and also sorting out their food is a bit iffy for me because I wouldn't like the idea of having dead mice in my freezer for a snake. Also, I feel like if it got out, it would just somehow strangle me. Oh, it disappeared.
I know, because it is not, because it's capturing this specific part. I wanted to quickly change over to quickly type a message, and then realized because it's capturing this specific part, not only your, because you can't do that. You can't just capture your video from the Discord call. I have to capture the specific part. But I just quickly type in a quick message and then put it back.
I cry every time.
I
cry. I think last time I cried was probably last week. I'm a very emotional man. It was one of them days where I was just watching a random video and I just started crying for no reason.
Nikon, how you doing, buddy?
Yo, how's it going?
Yeah, continue.
Oh, I was just gonna think about it. It was literally a video about. It was one of McAleefle's videos, and he was rapping about this old lady who was 80 years old, who has like had like a husband who she needs to go walking every day, and eventually McAleefle himself. This is actually what actually happened in real life. He saw her and she didn't have he didn't see her for months. So he actually went over to her house to see what's up with her. And apparently her husband died. So every Saturday from that point, he walks with her and talks. And it was just such a beautiful. I was just burst out crying. I was like, "Oh, I'm such a bitch." Just like I was full on blobbering, but I was out with the dog. I was like, if anyone sees me now, they're gonna think I'm unstable. Like, what they're gonna think of me? But I just couldn't help myself. I was just like, "Oh, this is so emotional." Just needed to let it out. But yeah, you know how that goes. Obviously, true men cry, right? Right.
Well, yeah, you like. You'd have to be like, you know, the biggest fucking pathological liar and way too much of a fucking masculinist to say, oh, I'm a real man, I don't cry, I don't have emotions, I'm just a fucking lad who wants to go out and get fucking hammered and bang birds, mate, innit? Like, that's the kind of fucking little cunts that I hate, mate. The people that really think like you're a pussy if you cry. It's like, go fucking just jump in a Zarlak pit, mate.
Zarlak pit? Oh god, no, not them tentacles. I'm having hentai flashbacks. Oh dear, that sounds so...
Hang on, I wonder.
Ever since you got that new soundboard, you've changed. You've changed your voice so many ways. Oh god. These beautiful sounds. No. It's too real.
Holy shit. Yeah, the only one that doesn't work is this.
It just sounds like you're Justin Bieber then.
Oh, I'm not a beaver. I'm just lurking, gonna be learning JavaScript. Ooh, cool.
See, I want to learn how to code. It's just very difficult. JavaScript is a really powerful code. There's someone I watch on YouTube
the one that I want to learn the most is C++, because I could be able to literally like basically learn to do the things that I could, like, one inspiration to like using C++ is if you ever go on YouTube and search Michael Reeves.
Okay.
He is a fucking genius. Like, he create, like, someone will like he only does like a video like every, yeah, even fucking Nikon. Oh yeah, Michael Reeves is fucking amazing. He's the pinnacle of like coding fucking genius. Like, he's now a Twitch streamer.
Is he?
Yeah, he used to do YouTube. He doesn't really do it very much anymore. He's basically stopped because his fucking Twitch is just absolutely popping, and he is like, he lives in a streamer house now.
Ah, yeah, fair enough. That's good enough to stop doing YouTube. Just get that Twitch money going on, boy.
Yeah,
Get
and
in each month.
basically he's programmed this amazing he's made this program that with an Arduino setup with a power drill, every time someone subs, it makes the drill go off and goes. It makes the drill spin.
Awesome.
He's an absolute fucking genius, and he made his own like full-blown surgery robot.
I know the guy you're talking about. I've watched his videos before. He does a lot of stuff with tasers as well. He likes tasing people.
Yes. Watch some of his like other like. Well, actually, to be fair, a lot of that stuff doesn't really exist. Well, like the other stuff that he's done doesn't really do that. Like it is literally just all his stupid inventions that he's made. But I think if you catch the right stream that he does like when he's not like just playing Minecraft or Valorant and stuff like that. Like if you catch one of his normal streams when he's actually like coding and making stuff, it's fucking insane. Like the things he even does coding in Minecraft, because you can have like full-blown computers. Like he made something in Minecraft that he coded in so that the displays, you can make displays, like digital displays in Minecraft.
That sounds very meta.
And in his base, he actually has a giant display that has his Twitch chat in Minecraft while he's streaming, and it's live emitting his actual live Twitch chat in his Minecraft server.
That's pretty insane. God damn, that's cool. I was gonna say that is very meta though, to mod Minecraft to then mod in Minecraft on the code. Like that is insane.
He's got like fucking nuclear reactors and everything in Minecraft now. It's fucking mad. You're learning Java to mod Beat Saber. Ross will be interested in that.
Yes. Any test things you want to do, let me know. I'll test it out for you. Because I've got some good hardware, and if you want to do some tests, let me know.
I'm using a
I'll
website
tell
called
myself.
Khan. Okay. Is that what
Khan?
you're using to learn Java, is it?
Khan.
Kind of
Sorry.
like Khan. Oh.
Star Trek reference. Very good.
Not a clue.
Just like you can tell who's the more nerdier one. I don't know. If you were to learn C++, how will you start learning that? Are you going to just start doing it, or do you want to like eventually do it?
Like, I just think, basically just you can literally learn so many things just by watching some basic starter tutorials literally on YouTube. Because once you learn like basic code, it's just learning how to like put in basically like parentheses for like how one thing will then do something else, and then learning the basic things. So it's like put in like equals this function that makes this function in brackets to function whatever. It sounds like when you watch people do it, it sounds fucking like it's like how do you do it? But it's like it's the specific words that do certain functions, and the different symbol, like putting an equals or a plus or putting certain things in brackets does specific things. So it's just learning the basics. Once you know the basics, it's just chaining things together and knowing how those chains are going to make it, work to do exactly what you want.
I think Nikon's just put some stuff in here as well, like some codes. It seems like it's all lots of numbers and trying to figure out what the values of the numbers are and how they work.
Yeah, so basically it's like background with with specific numbers, and then it's going to be fill for something else, and then something else, and then it's putting in all these different things with numbers and what else. This is one very specific thing that he's doing, but like this is more like you said, this is for like graphics, for like modding games. I'm more talking about making physical programs, making my own bot for Twitch, making my own Biku bot, my own version.
Just making it all yourself and just doing it how you want to do it.
Yeah, so
see,
then
Biku bot I'm not sure about, because Biku bot, it will be a pain in the ass to code, because the guy who done it so far, as I'm not sure if we've talked about him before on the podcast, have we?
We did touch on Bakuta at one point, I'm pretty sure.
So Bakuta himself, in case you weren't hearing about stuff, he's a genius who used to work on Streamlabs and has created this thing called BikuBot, where basically you type into a Twitch chat and it changes the pitch and tone of whatever message you type in.
Well, no, you have to put that code in yourself.
Oh, do you have to actually type the code in yourself? Like, if you
actually look, where it's like, pitch a specific percent and tone specific percents, you have to change all those values yourself to make that happen. Like, it's not just it's there and it's done for you. You have to know how to put it all in. But what people are doing is they're like, Bakuta has obviously made all these specific ones, and people are just taking them and basically copy pasting them, but only changing like specific values, like the percentage of how high the voice is or how fast it speaks. That's all they're doing. None of them know how to do all of that. They're just copy pasting and changing certain values.
See, I think it'd be interesting if there could be an easier way to make it so the blockchain value you could change quite easily. So if it's just a simple code like / pitch and volume. So I'm guessing it's like a chunk of text, then you have to pop into it, and there's the values on there.
Yeah, that's basically what it is, and all they're doing is like Control-C, Control-V, and then all they're doing is just changing a few of the, how fast they want it to speak, if they want it to whisper, if they want it in a different voice, in a different language. They're just changing the values. That's all they're doing. None of them know how the fuck they would do that without having the copy-paste like done for them, basically.
And all that sorted out.
Yeah.
Oh, what the heck had just happened there? That's weird.
What?
So talking about glitches, my monitor just basically went completely white, but like black lines all the way down it, and then it just went back to normal. That was weird. I've got some hacker man on my ass. God damn it! I should have sold all that Bitcoin to that Iranian.
No, you just shouldn't be looking into that Dogecoin, brother.
Oh no, not the Dogecoin. I still need to buy 69 Dogecoin before it like pops off in value.
It's not going to. It's not going.
Oh,
it's a meme one. It never will.
It will. Memes have the power. Okay, you can do this with memes. It will pop off, and I will get you 69 Dogecoin, and I'll get myself 420, and we'll have the perfect combination together. Forever. Everyone.
489 Dogecoin.
489 Dogecoin. That's what I'll be buying. How much is it?
What's like?
At the moment, is it?
Well, it's still 5p. Yeah, it's still 5p for a whole Dogecoin, and it has been 5p for a couple of years now.
I thought by now it'll be at least a couple pounds. I
told you, like I said, it's never going to actually reach real things because no one's like, it is not ever going to be a full-blown cryptocurrency. It's not. It's a meme currency.
Yeah, but the meme is there, which is the dream. The dream is the meme, and the meme is the dream. If Dream gets it, it'll become a major meme, and then the dream will become real because of Dream.
Maybe.
Hey, I'm trying to rhyme, but terrible shit. Oh. Also, dude, I really need to wait.
Jesus Christ, already?
Dude, yeah, I've been knocking back like
Dream speedrun music intensifies.
I'll be back in literally like 2 seconds, unless if you want to have a cigarette break, and then we can make it like a couple minutes. I'll be 1 second. I need to eat myself out of this real quick.
Yeah, didn't Dream hasn't Dream really fucked up recently, which is why he's not really doing anything at the moment. Because I've not seen anything about him or to do with him, because he apparently, I don't know if it was actually been confirmed that he cheated, but it's definitely been like shown that. Oh, when he takes his headphones off, for some reason I hear myself. Do you hear that? It like. Whoop. Only when he takes his headphones off and disappears do we hear a doubling of my voice. I don't know. I'll just mute.
Something popped in.
Huh?
Although I said I need to get a catheter or something popped in, just so I can just keep going with the stream. Although I've never had one, I'm not sure how comfortable that would feel.
Well, yeah, it's a tube. It's a tube right down your fucking bell end, mate. It's not going to be a pleasant thing.
You never know. I could just find out I'm into it and then be like, "Oh,
I mean, yeah, that's very true. That might be your kink. You just don't know yet."
Very, very, very true. Need to experiment, but I'm not sure about this experiment.
Just start with something. Just start with something thin and just keep poking it down.
Oh no! I'm thinking of like a Bob fish hook. Oh, I could just imagine it. It'll be so bad.
Oh, you talk about background music, Nikon, not just a background as in like a physical background. You talk about the music. Remind you of the happy hour podcast. What picture? What picture? Oh, as in like on the on air stream picture thing. The happy hour podcast.
Will be getting changed soon.
Yeah, this is very temporary. This is just something I sort of like knocked up just so we've got something in the background rather than it just being a black screen, because I thought it just looked horrible, so I had to get something in there. But we do have plans.
We have ideas.
We have plans to get like background on screen graphics, you know,
Get something going on.
eventually
Me cross.
eventually emotes, but we can wait a couple of months because the likelihood is we're probably not going to get like the affiliate shit like straight away, because, you know, what's the stream
gonna take
res?
a while.
Yeah, it's 1080 stream res. Yeah, you've got an idea. Ooh.
What's the idea, man? Let's hear it.
So obviously we want Glitchless Podcast in there, like as like up the top, and maybe like, I don't know, like in smaller text at the bottom, like at the bottom in between us, could be like, you know, with your hosts Luke and Ross or whatever, something, you know, like just so it's like there's that sort of information there. But we also want some sort of like graphic, like a logo and like a backdrop for this stream are like the first two things that we'll go and work on. But the logo is like, it's not going to be as hard as me trying to find a personal logo for my own channel, because I just don't know what sort of thing to have without just using like making a logo out of like an E and an S.
But with this, it's more kind of we both have an idea what we kind of want to pop into it, and obviously it's one of the things where it's easy enough to sort out because we've got a general idea of what it's going to be.
Well, it's going to be something that looks like it's glitching. Like we've got a lot more basis for ideas for this. Is a lot easier to figure out a design, but for me, I just don't have what logo could incorporate to make, you know, the brand of Epic Snare. Like what could the logo even possibly be? And I've struggled with it for like 3 years.
Yeah, I think even longer than that, dude. Yeah, it has been 3 years actually.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I've been affiliated for 2.5 years.
Yeah, that's pretty dope, to be honest, how quickly you got affiliated.
Well, I got affiliated.
Affiliated?
I got affiliated in 6 weeks of starting Twitch.
And I started it and did I put with me and Twitch, I poured a lot of time into it, but also at the same time I just wasn't consistent enough, I don't think. And
yeah,
also
you took a really long time, didn't you? How long did it actually take you to get affiliate?
Me, I never got affiliated. I'm still
Oh
not...
wait, you still don't?
No, because I poured a lot of time into it, and it was one of the things. Yo, thank you. Card delivery, very nice.
Oh, what's that? What you got? Oh,
I
Monster.
got, Mango Loco Monster right here.
Yes, fucking proper choice that. Oh, Mango Loco.
Oh, it's so good.
Pass
I'm
one
not
there.
sure to drink it. Yeah.
Cheers, thank you. That's when I just have a can down there and I go, cheers.
That would be amazing without any setup.
That would have been absolutely great. I had an empty can down there like the other day from having it to drink, and I put it down there so I could, when I fucking got up, I could take it to the recycling.
Oh damn, we should have kept it underneath there, but obviously you're too tidy for that.
Yeah.
You can't keep it.
No.
You can't keep something like that on there. Whereas me, I've got broken bloody slabs underneath my desk. Not even joking. I have actually got proper, like, because you've seen where my desk is placed. It's placed like right next to a fireplace.
Yeah.
And like underneath the fireplace, there is some tiling.
A non-active fireplace, chat. Don't worry. It's not something he puts on.
Well, not anymore. Not after last time where it almost burned down. Like, no, I've never been that stupid. I know that's hard to believe. But yeah, it's got my PlayStation and my Xbox underneath there. What was that?
What?
I heard like a really high-pitched squealing. Was that you?
No.
I'm gonna play that back. I think I'm hearing shit. That was you.
How?
I don't. What is that?
Even fucking Nikon, what you want about Ross?
I don't know.
Have you got something running in the background?
No, I don't. No. I think I'm going fucking mad because I just heard like a squeaky. Okay, this is. I'm just not even gonna. I'm not even gonna recognize it now. I'm just gonna.
Just ignore it. It'll probably go away in the end.
Yeah, it's just like the voices in my head. Just don't listen to them, and it'll be okay.
Bruh, I know, right?
It'll be fine. Yeah, no, it's one of the things.
Yeah.
They tell you to get a shave, and you're like, I'm not sure about having a shave. I kind of like the beard, but at the same time, when I do have a shave, I kind of go baby face.
Oh, you look like a fucking you look like a 16-year-old when you shave. Because you really go bad. You completely go baby face. You don't just trim down to stubble.
Nah, I just go. When I shave properly. I get rid of all of it.
Look at that baby face.
It's getting on my nerves now.
Yeah.
I'm swearing it's you. It's you, right?
How? How can it be me?
I don't know. Okay. I've lost my complete train of thought. Oh yeah, the slabs underneath my desk, they're fucked up and broken, and if I step on them the wrong way, it can cut my feet. So I tend not to wear bare feet, but I've got bare feet at the moment, so I'm trying not to stand on them.
But you wear bare feet? Where'd you get the feet from? Did you actually have to kill a bear to wear those?
Dude, it was such a difficult kill. I went out one day on a walk. What was that one?
I don't know. That was a weird one.
Yeah, that one was a weird one. God damn it. Not when I'm drinking. That's not good. If I spat on the monitor then, that would not have been good.
I think I did spit on my monitor when I laughed.
Did ya?
Probably. I saw some spittle, and it definitely went this way. I don't
know where.
No.
Somewhere over there. Somewhere out the way.
I'll wipe my monitors down. I'll clean them because they need a clean soon.
Your LED lights look so cool. I really want to get some better LED lights. I want to get that all sorted out. Oh, do you remember I was talking to you about getting an accountability mirror? Where I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
What's that? What I'm thinking about putting it is literally over there. So it's right next to my bed. So I'll get out of the bed in the morning and just look at myself in the mirror, dead intent, like, yeah.
So you get out of bed every morning, see yourself, and go, God, you're still fat. Work on this shit.
Yeah, basically, I'm gonna be like, motherfucker, get fit. What you doing? Fucking.
Yeah, you should get some neons.
Definitely, I think it'll be cool. And then when I'm swearing at myself very harshly, I can turn it into RGB. Yeah,
because like you can do this shit. Right, my fucking sensor's down here. I forgot. And just full blown RGB, boy.
And then just get really into it.
And it's 3 meters. You get the full remote with it. Turn off the light. Oh yeah, this does look pretty sick, to be honest. Hang on, let me turn the actual lights off. Right, and then we'll experience it in full. Okay, so this is my setup without lights. All you see is the teal of my mouse and keyboard. Okay,
it looks a lot better. I can't see you. I mean,
I know, right? And then obviously we turn everything on. It just has that nice little glow. This is where I'm thinking I might get rid of my big ring light and get something small so I can light me up, but the background stays dark.
The 2 lights I've got are quite good for that. They're not like big. They're not like a big ring light, but they're still LED lights, so they're still quite good with like popping off lighting. I'm just gonna grab my camera and show you. Yep, come with me. So, as you can see over there, there's a wee LED light, and it's just shining down on my face, and it's quite good for utility. Because if I ever need to do anything with my camera or anything like that,
yeah, his internet connection isn't that good, So that's why he's very pixelated.
Oh, have I gone really pixelated?
Oh,
No.
you've been pixelated both podcasts, mate. Like the entire thing.
Oh.
How can you not see it from your own, like, from the view?
I thought that was just my internet connection.
It is. So because it's low, you're pixelated and your bit rate is so low. Darky Steve, how you doing? Welcome into the stream. How are you doing?
Welcome to the Glitchless podcast, where we talk about all this random shit and me being pixelated.
Right. I'm not normally in the dark. I'm quite ugly, so I'm sorry for this next part.
Yeah, don't worry about it. You're seeing his better side right now.
Yeah, you're seeing my dark side. You're seeing my Sith Lord side.
Oh god.
God, why is it so whited out now?
I think it has to focus back in.
Thing is, I've changed the angle of the camera a lot higher up, and I think it's taking in too much light now. I think I might move it back and back down, because where it's behind the light, it was allowing to actually properly focus.
Yeah, sort of.
How are you doing? We are doing good. We are doing good, Darky Steve. We are doing good. I managed to edit on this PC using remote software.
Oh, dude, you can actually edit on that now. Nice. I was kind of worried about that with you. So if anyone doesn't know, I helped Nikon sort out his PC because he blew his last motherboard up, and I was just like, "Why did you do this? We need to sort you something out." So I helped him get a new graphics card and sort all that crap out. So it's good that you can actually edit on that now.
Oh, yeah, that is absolutely fine, Steve. I'm Luke, and to my right is Ross.
Yep, I am a Ross, known as Ross Light, as you can tell from all the white light. But I'm quite pixelated, so you can't really see that.
Yeah, but that's just an internet issue. That's not. You are not. I mean, maybe you are just that pixelated in real life. You are
Dude,
just.
when you see me,
you are a walking pixelation.
Dude, I can get away with so many crimes because of this. You don't understand.
It's like what did he look like? Okay, sir. The man who robbed your store. What did he look like? A blur.
Pixely. Just like not good at all. Although this is why you host. This is why we sorted out for you to host, because my internet is run off a potato with a bit of copper on it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the best thing.
Okay, Mrs. Sir Luke Glitches and Sir Ross Glitches, pleased to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you too, buddy.
I mean, that can be, you know.
Yes.
That can be our names now.
Sir Ross the Glitchless and Sir Luke the Glitch. Do you know you can get a lordship for very cheap in England? It's like £13. So
it's not quite that cheap, but my friend has been a lord for like 10 years.
Has he actually?
Yeah, he as a young lad who I used to go to school with, he bought his lordship fucking ages ago. So he's Sir Elliot, and it's just fucking hilarious.
I'd love to be Sir Ross. Just have a title to my name. Have something to my name. It'd be cool.
You're managing VR for a GTX 680?
Yeah, it was better than the 1030 he was gonna get, because the GTX 680 has 4 gigs of RAM, and the 1030 only had 2. But the 680
it's not RAM, it's GDDR.
Yeah, GDDR RAM.
Yeah, because it's your graphical RAM rather than the regular RAM that you have, which is DDR, where the theoretical RAM for a graphics card is GDDR.
Although saying that, it's you can use the RAM on your computer as actual RAM if you partition it, but obviously you don't want to do that because it's a bad idea. It's one of the things where if you do it, you have to better well know what you're doing, otherwise you're going to break your computer. It's like, I can use RTX voice, not because I know what I'm doing, because the good Sir Lord Nikon in the chat to help me to learn what to do, and now I can use RTX voice without having an RTX graphics card, which I like. What's the chat saying real quick?
Sir Ross Glitches, MBE, a talented member of the Glitchless podcast, is a member of the bartending empire since April 5th, 2021. You're a bartender?
Well, to be honest, I did live in a pub for 10 years, so it wouldn't surprise me.
True, you fucking owned a pub, so yeah.
Yeah, like, it was one of the things where living in a pub where you ever want to know what it's like, it's interesting. There's been a couple iffy things that's happened, so here's a embarrassing story. So when I was coming of age, a wee boy coming of age, learning about your body, learning about different things on the internet and on the TV, because the internet was still dog back then. I decided to go into my living room because obviously with my mum and dad running the pub, they were always downstairs running the pub. But at this point, it was a lock-in, so they were downstairs with their friends.
I remember you telling me this. I remember you telling me this story.
Yeah, I didn't realize at the time they had the TV connected to the upstairs TV. So, as you do, I started watching Babe Station. I'm not sure if you have ever heard of Babe Station. It's a quite old.
It's a British TV show. It's a British TV channel. So I don't know if Americans have it.
Basically, it's like Pornhub back in the day before Pornhub was a
Well,
thing.
no, it's basically
very softcore.
Yeah, it's very softcore. It's just girls that sit on a couch or a bed and they just talk.
Yeah, but they have the Begone goes out and
not all the time.
Not all the time, no. But this was like at 1 o'clock in the morning, so like the witching hour where the bazongas
are out.
Yes, they did have them out at that time. So what I decided to do, being a young youth, is
welcome back.
Watch this.
Fappity fap, yeah.
Yes. I went upstairs. The next day, my mum and dad were like, "Ross, what did you watch last night?" I'm like, "I don't know what you're talking about." Just staying nervous. I was like, "Well, we watched Babe Station downstairs with 5 of our good friends who were having a lock-in." And they were loving it. But what was that you? I just came completely clean. I was like, "Yeah, that was me." And the worst thing about it is my nan was there at the time as well, and she made the joke of saying, "Well, he's a grown lad." And I'm just like, "Oh God, can I just die right now?"
End my life right now.
It was not.
When your nan is like, "It's natural. He's a growing boy. He's going to have these urges." Oh my God, end my life.
Yeah, it's one.
Oh, I've got one. Okay, here we go. Salute Glitches, MBE, the main organizer and producer of the Glitchless podcast, is a talented yet lazy member who believes in integrity, character, and hardship. Also, being an MBE, member of the bartending empire, Sir Luke partners with fellow anchor Sir Ross to make the podcast great. How dare you call me lazy? I produce everything. I've set everything you see up. I spent literal hours making this happen so that when we go for a break, it actually looks like the stream is broken and we're waiting for reconnection, bro.
I don't know. You're a bit lazy.
Whoops, I hit the wrong button there.
No, you're definitely not lazy.
I switched scenes by mistake.
Dude, what are you doing?
I hit the wrong button. I'm fucking scared of that. That's why I don't watch anime. What, in case it's connected to like another device. This is why this is why I'm very, very, very careful on what I do, like what things I connect to.
Yeah, I've had it before.
I fell for that fake internet connectivity problem there. Yeah, I thought it was real. I must say I'm impressed. Thank you very much, Steve. I appreciate that.
Dude, you worked so long on that.
I put more effort into creating the first 2 scenes for this podcast than I probably put in like the 6 that I have for my main channel.
Yeah, dude, you've put a lot of work into this.
But the thing is, I have like 1,000 times more stuff integrated into my own personal stream, twitch.tv/epic snare. But that is like 3 years worth of work culminated, where this is a fuck ton within a week of us deciding to do this to our first podcast. We've been talking about it for
ages, months and months. We've been talking about it, but actually sitting down and doing it.
But yeah,
sitting down and doing it was like a day.
Yeah, and then within a day it was like, oh yeah, and then like within like 8 or 9 days, like we started the first one, which was episode 0, which we lost the footage because Twitch changed profiles so that when you stream, the VOD is recorded and saved to your channel for people to watch. Because of the whole DMCA stuff, they decided to change that to an automatic turn off. So after our pilot of episode 0 last Monday, it didn't save, so we lost the entire stream. Therefore, we couldn't,
3 hours.
We couldn't take that footage to make our channel intro for the YouTube channel, youtube.com. We don't actually we don't actually have one yet because we don't have the subscribers for a personalized thing. But Glitchless Podcast on YouTube.
It doesn't have anything on there yet because I'm the one who's running the YouTube side of thing. And yes, I am on like a straight chair kind of thing. It's because if I lean back, you will see like my chin, it kind of like fuses into my neck. So I kind of have to like sit up and be proper because no, dude, I'll show you right now. Like, look. You see? I don't have a neck.
Yeah, but you're choosing to do that. Like, if I do that, look.
No,
you're choosing to try keep... Like, if I do that, I can make that happen.
Yeah, but for me to keep my eye on the podcast as well, I have to do it at this angle. I'm not actually choosing this. This is literally how it is. And also, the angle of the camera you've got is a bit higher up than mine.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, because yours is looking way more straight on. Mine's looking downwards, which is always a good camera angle for anyone.
Yeah.
Like if you were to raise your camera up and not have it like directly straight on, which is never a good angle for anyone, you should always have a camera at a slight angle so you get like definition on the light of like shadows on your face. Yeah. Okay.
That's how Instagram girls make themselves look skinny.
Yes, it's all about lighting and angles. Right. So where is this? Sir Luke works tirelessly for the podcast, gathers 30% followers and viewers. Wait for the second part. Sir Ross joins in to speak, gathers 70% viewers and followers because he looks silly.
Although that's not untrue, but I feel a bit called out. No, but
feel a little bit targeted there.
Yeah, I feel a little bit targeted. I can't wait to do stuff for this. There's one clip that I'm just gonna pull straight out, and you know exactly what clip it's gonna be as soon as this VOD is downloaded after this. It's
Wait, why did that not work?
What are you trying to do? Change your voice?
Why is it not recording? Oh, it might not be recording you anymore. Hold up 2 seconds.
Can you not hear me?
Hold up 2 seconds. 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 In fact, it's only recording me. Right, should we have a little bit of fun?
Yeah, go for it. Let's see what you can do with your soundboard.
If you speak to someone nowadays, you always end up targeting someone. Yep, as what I mean, as the conversation we were having earlier, where modern day society, everyone is a fucking way, and everyone gets offended by anything and everything. So, yeah.
Yeah, don't worry about that. I was just joking about feeling targeted. I know I'm silly.
Right, let's have a little bit of fun here. Okay.
You gotta have a play about toy. We'll get a new beat going on, have we?
Sorry, hold on. So we have this. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into my program. We're going to go to my sampler. Top left, we're going to put that on loop. Check that we got the loop right. Oh, there's a big gap. There's a big gap there.
So, what's exactly going on here? What's the idea to get like a couple beats going on?
Pretty much, yeah. Okay, I need to get that timed now. To be fair,
yeah, the volume is a bit loud on it.
But the thing is, the weird thing is, it's at the exact same volume as our mics.
Is it actually?
Yes, it is coming from my waveform at the exact same volume as our mics. Why it's coming through louder, I don't know.
Is it the bass form of it?
Probably, yeah. Wait, my phone has a volume button. I'm joking. Yeah.
No.
But the thing is, when you then lower it for that, everything else that is actually genuinely quieter than like the beat stuff is then going to need to be put back up when we stop doing it. So it's kind of, you know.
Do you know what we need to do? We need to make me and you, we need to make like a mix together. And just bring it in as kind of like, you know how Mr. B says, it's like, Mr. B 6000. Obviously, I'm butchering it here.
Mr. B 6000. Oh, Mr. B 6000, you know his name. He changed the words to twice, but think it's here to stay. Yes, everyone knows of his outro theme.
We need something like that but like with your mixer, where you have my beautiful voice and your beatboxing.
Oh, trust me, Steve. You saying about explaining it from a physics point of view, Ross literally went off for like 20 minutes talking about space, time, dimensions, and shit. It's not it wouldn't be a boring thing.
Oh, go for it. I'm excited to hear anything from a physics point of view. Do you know sound is louder when it's cold? Which is a weird thing that I found out.
Oh, he is not a physicist in any regards. He just
I love the science.
Yeah, you latch on to like information that interests you because of obviously as Steve is new to the channel and us in general. Would you like to explain, you know, the things with what you have?
Yeah. So basically, I have autism, which is very high functioning autism. So people don't ever realize it. Like I've had a friend for 3 years before, and not you, Luke, or someone else, and they never knew I had autism till I told them. Like, oh, I didn't know you had it. I just thought you had really extreme dyslexia because I can't read and write at the same level as a normal person, but the way my brain processes things is information that I really enjoy and like and I find interesting. I will process it and just it'll gather within me. So audiobooks, like today, the past 4 days, I've been listening about David Goggins, who's a Navy Marine SEAL. I was interested in that because it's all about self-change, helping yourself out. And then I was listening to a scholar, which is the 12 Rules of Life, which is the guy who's talking about how life is always interchanging and how you should basically hold yourself up in the world. And then I was listening to microbiomes, which is basically your gut microbiome, what stuff you have in your gut, how it can be affected by different products like yogurt, dairy. People in different countries have different microbiomes. So people in China or on the seaside can digest kelp quite easily. But if you're more in a country and you haven't ate it much before, you can't digest it as easily because you don't have the microbiome in your stomach. So stuff like that, I just latch onto it and I absorb it into me.
Yeah, which is the like one of the main like things with your autism, where it's a very common thing that they'll, when they find something that they're passionate about, they latch on and it's the one way they really somehow absorb information like a regular human is able to, but yours is very specified on the things that you are passionate about, the things that you actually find interesting, where every other day normal information doesn't sink in, like how to read, how to write, but you're now focusing on actually trying to learn to do that, and you have improved ridiculously over the last sort of 6 months to a year.
Yeah, so it's been a year, and within a year I've gone not to be able to read at all to be able to read. I read the first page of this the other day, and the text structuring of this book, Ready Player One, is really complicated because his text structuring is he likes to do it in long format text. But I've learned about all different things of reading and writing because I've made myself interested in it within the terms of how I was taught before wasn't the right way for teaching me. So my tutor at the moment, who's been teaching me recently, has been teaching me with the rules. So I really like rules. If you teach me a rule, that's how I got into gaming, because it's all about pattern recognition and how you do all that stuff. So
you just broke up and froze for like about half a second. It was quite funny because you like explained and then you went just held in this position for a second. But it was quite entertaining to see you just like
froze for a second. Yeah, my stream froze as well.
Yeah, it's probably just your internet going for a second.
Yeah,
but yeah,
dying on the potato. Don't be sorry about me having this. But if I didn't have it, life would be a bit easier. I understand why.
But it makes you though. Like I have no friend that is like you.
That is a compliment, I think.
Yeah, it is a weird way, but it's a compliment in very loose terms, because it's not something unique. That's like it's very unique. It makes you. It's
how alpha people eat toasties.
Yeah, that you give cosplay girls very awkward situations to hold cheese toasties because you didn't really have the regular part of your brain to go, I'll hand it to Luke because he's taking the photo so I don't have to hold it. But no, you end up trying to make a sexy cosplay girl hold and pose with a cheese toasty that you just bought.
It worked.
It did. It's you can tell it's an awkward photo, but that's not the point. Steve did come across, he said about, the whole sound when it's cold. Yes, indeed, the wave particles get solidified due to the coldness, and hence the sound travels faster in a more solid pace.
Yeah, that's something I just picked up randomly, and I was just like, that's really cool.
This is a big one. This is a lot of text, this one. So what happened was, So what happened there was that, for example, let's consider the volume of your mic as well as the beatbox at 100 decibels. That's very loud. So you guys are speaking and the beatbox is also playing, but why is it louder? It's simple. Your mic goes at about 60 decibels because normal human voice is pretty soft compared to loud noises. The beatbox, on the other hand, is generated internally within the computer, so it produces at a maximum volume. That's actually cool. That's actually very true.
That makes a lot of sense.
Even though my waveform is showing that it is not going any higher than on my OBS, it's showing no more than minus 15 with a 0 decibel boost. Because the waveform for OBS works, it goes from minus 40 to 0. Well, no, minus 60 to 0. Like that's the entire waveform. So 0 is peak red, like peaking the microphone in the red.
There's a clip that I got sent that is basically it tries to transition the sound pitch in two different ways that your computer just can't recognize. And if you get sent to you on Discord, it just basically trashes your Discord because your Discord can't figure it out.
So, some of the sound wave particles of your voice spread out away from the mic as well. So even if you release a voice of 8 decibels, 20 decibels is lost, for example. But the computer generated isn't, because it's a sound wave, and basically it's a digital sound wave, so it doesn't disperse like a human voice does. Yeah.
Yeah, because obviously as we're talking, it's going at the speed of sound, but obviously there can't be energy. Can't really. You could say it, and energy will just dissipate.
Yeah.
Because obviously the way it works.
Yeah, because our voice is, reverberating through contact with air, with the air, where this is a digital signal going through a cable with no contact to air, no way to dissipate. So it's just a straight boom.
Yeah, the only way it'll dissipate is over a very long distance. Like a superly long distance. It'll start to lose electrons over a certain path. Because yes, you can send the signal down, but the signal will degrade depending on how long it goes.
No, yeah, you would have to send it an extraordinary long distance, because like with like radio waves, where you're trying to contact someone like back in the war, and you can barely hear it. It's all broken up. It's all very staticky because it's over such a long period. So like radio waves, for example.
That's because of background radiation with radio waves.
Yeah.
So the background radiation.
But that's like in a similar sort of thing.
Yeah,
but
it's a similar sort of thing.
Now with digital audio, it would have to be over an extraordinarily long distance. Oh wow.
Yeah.
We have an Aussie in chat. So here's a physics student at the University of Sydney.
Oh, nice.
Holy shit. Welcome back, Nikon.
Welcome to the Glitchless Podcast. I'm really glad you found us, because you can just give us random physics facts and I can just steal them off you.
So he can seem smart.
I can seem smart.
Yeah, you won't seem... well, no, I said that wrong. I tried to pronounce it and then went off it for some reason. You're not gonna steal them to seem smart. What you do is people who steal smart sounding things to sound smart are smart. Because like, I sound like I'm smart.
Smart.
I'm smart.
No, I'll just steal them because I'll be interested in them.
It's interesting facts to tell people.
It's like what was the one I was listening to the other day, where basically they figured out two particles can be in two separate states. So a particle can be here and a particle could be halfway across the world, but them two particles are the same particle, so two same particles can be in two separate places. But as soon as it's observed, when I say observe, I mean by, thank you for the follow, by any subject, like light hits it or you put it under a microscope, it will change the particle itself just from observing it. So theoretically, you can't ever really know the true state of it.
Why did it not go off?
Why? What's it supposed to go off with?
It's meant to have the like glitchy thing with the sound.
Big sad.
It didn't go off on stream, did it? No.
Where is it? I will be 1 minute because I've got a snot rocket coming out my nose and it's very uncomfortable, and I do not want to sneeze and it go all over my screen or onto stream. So
you got disconnected. It's all right, mate.
For the second time this stream, I'm gonna have to dip out real quick.
We'll get used to it, chat. Don't worry. Yes, we did receive that message. Yeah, that must have literally gone through as you disconnected, but we got that one. Yeah, so I was like, ooh. So he was like, he's very glad that you came across us and whatnot, because now you can hit him with random physics jargon, and he will be able to remember it so he can have random interesting facts to tell people, so he seems smart. But he's interested in all that sort of stuff, so you know, and it always, and again it gives us new topics to talk about, you know. So there's always, it just gives us something new, something that's not just, like I said, this is why we didn't want to pigeonhole ourselves into saying that this was a gaming podcast. It's an everything podcast. We're just gonna talk shit for, you know, 2 to 3 hours every week.
And also, it gives it more interaction with people like you who come onto the podcast who can ask us anything. It doesn't mean we have to keep on to topic with anything. You
start back at university in May. Ooh, yeah, because everything starts. The world will start to open up. What's it even like in Australia? Because I thought things had gotten, like, everything went really good, and then they sort of re-locked you back down, because it's the only way I get to know what's going on is through Yuri when he pops in and, you know, says what's going on. But you've got no COVID there whatsoever. Wow,
that's amazing.
You lucky.
No, the government actually did their job there properly, unlike ours.
Yeah, we're here.
No,
mate, no fucking chance. Because as soon as our government allows any sort of flexibility, the British public go, oh, COVID doesn't exist anymore, let's go out party, let's go fucking meet up in tens of thousands of people in very small periods of space together, and then a couple of weeks later wonder why our fucking COVID numbers have jumped back up again, and we've gone back into what will soon be our third lockdown. It's going to happen again, and they don't fucking realize. I mean, we had a really sunny day a couple of days ago. Guess what? In the news a couple of days ago, there's fucking, you know, like, daybreak just as the sun's come up. Like bin men going round, and they go to one of the big parks of London, and the entire field that you cannot see grass because the amount of litter and disposable barbecues where hundreds of thousands of people all met up in a very small place to just sit in the sun because they don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And this is why our country is fucked. We're gonna be we're gonna be dealing with this for a couple more years. Easy.
Yeah, it's gonna be a pain in the ass, but the upside to the sunny thing is, like, COVID dies in UV rays, so that's a good thing, I guess.
Yeah, but not enough, because there's too many people spreading it about.
Yeah, if you're right next to each other like they were, I don't think it'll be good.
No.
So 2 months you took off. What did you take the break off for?
Probably because of anything that's going on, I guess. But I received my BSc degree. Ooh, damn! I'm getting degrees, man.
Is that biology science degree?
That's his bronze swimming certificate.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, if you don't get the reference, that's a Red Dwarf reference. Because Rimmer has BSc and SSC, which is his bronze swimming certificate and his silver swimming certificate. A Bachelor of Science degree.
Oh, damn, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
See, that is something I'm looking into at the moment, because my current state of affairs with what I'm doing as a career is not the best prospects. Basically saying it is completely stagnant. So I'm looking into everything and anything I can look into to possibly move over to. And I have got the grades to go into medical science. So with this whole COVID thing going on, like you've just said, Luke, I might go into medical science.
Ooh. 2 seconds, I'm just grabbing a pod.
A pod of what? Oh, pod for your thing.
Yeah, I had watermelon in, and it's getting boring, so I'm going to put strawberry back in.
quantum physics. Oh, I'm liking you more.
Oh, that tastes good. Then a PhD, perhaps, and become a physicist. Hell, fucking yeah, dude. Aim for the stars, dude. It's the kind of people you just don't fucking have in this planet anymore. People who actually want to fucking do something that's gonna fucking benefit the world in some way.
You have people like us who do weird podcasts.
Yeah. Who just do shit on the internet for the entertainment of other people, and then there's people like you that are actually aiming for some real fucking good shit. But this phase is very hard. Oh god, yeah. I mean, my friend works for a government. One of my best friends, James, he works for a government facility in one of our local towns. They've got a base there, and he's like the chemical stores manager. So he's in charge of like all chemicals that go in and out of this country, basically for their lab. And he is doing degrees at the moment, and he's working towards a bachelor's, and he wants to get a PhD as well in all sorts of stuff. But yeah, he's a fucking great bloke, and we're back unpacking some stuff because I'm changing university. Yeah, no problem, dude. Take your time.
Yeah, but imagine that, getting someone like that in here on a second podcast, dude. Someone who's actually doing something awesome like that, doing a quantum physics, and then probably going to get a PhD. You know how as you do.
Yeah.
dead easy. But I love stuff like that. Quantum physics is so mindfucky. It's really good. It's mindfucky in a good way, not a bad way.
Oh yeah.
Because it's just like, oh, there's a possibility of different realities. There's also a possibility of different universes. Time, space. The space in our universe could be a, what is it? Not quantum fluid, what was it called? A hyperfluid. So basically space itself could be classified as a type of fluid. I can't remember the full name of it. Where how it is with it's in vacuum, it's actually like a pressure of the sea. Which is another thing which is interesting. I can't remember exactly what it's called now. But quantum physics is an insane thing to do. But it's like, there's people like that out everywhere. Like you've got a degree in a carpentry, which is insane. No one has that anymore. Who works with their hands anymore?
Yeah,
and
exactly.
It's like
people people rely on machines nowadays.
Yeah, they rely on machines to a point where it's become classic now. Where I watch a lot of restoring videos where they have something like super old that you just can't buy anymore, and they just fully restore it, and it's like a rusted piece of shit, and it's just like they've turned it into this magical thing by the end of it, and you're just like, oh, that's insanely cool.
I watch all those sort of things with retro gaming consoles, handheld consoles, guitars. I've got a lot of people on YouTube that I watch a lot of restoration shit on.
Dude, it's insane when they do it with consoles. I've seen the Game Boy one where they basically make it so it has every single game from the Game Boy, like
the retro. Retro Future. Some of his content is good, but he is only Game Boy. Like, it has got to be Game Boy. His content is so specific on Game Boys. Yeah, he does like accessories and other stuff, but it is mainly Game Boy stuff. But there is one that I watch that is full blown any sort of console, like full refurb. Let me fucking remember what his name was again.
So just anything, any console wise or anything.
Yeah, he's literally, you name a console and he's got a video of him like fully restoring it, and we're talking like full on like chemical bleaching to bring the natural color back to consoles and everything like that, where it's all gotten yellowed and aged and is horrible.
See, I love stuff like that.
He reverses, he basically reverses all of it.
Yeah, he reverses all of it and just gets rid of it.
Mr.
Well, it's like with your guitar, dude. It's like, let's say the guitar you've got what you struggle to find strings for. Let's say if that was old and rusted, like you literally can't buy that anymore because they don't make it. So if you want to repair it all, you have to do it yourself.
Right, let's have that. It should be one of the first. Odd tinkering.
Odd tinkering.
Odd tinkering.
Should we get a link for him in the chat so people can go and look?
Yeah, if you want to see some really, really cool shit, this is the channel that you want to do. And that is like, just even his banner is like an original Game Boy. And it's what it looked like when he started to what it looks like now. Like after his restoration and like everything that he done to it.
Dude, he does OnlyFans. He's got a singular fan. You know. I'm sorry. Okay?
Welcome back, Steve. Welcome back.
Just talking about OnlyFans. Don't worry. This guy who does restoration, he's done a fan repair, and I decided to make a fantastically genius joke, as you do.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes.
Oh yes, baby. Give me some of that good stuff.
Yeah, he's actually just done a new one last week, so I need to watch that. It's a Casio Heli Battle console. It's an really old singular retro handheld console.
I've got one of them. I've got old Donkey Kong one of them that my dad used to have, and he's just like, we've got it in the cupboard, and it's one of the things where you chuck it in the cupboard and you just forget about it.
You have to have a look at that. So what are my interests? Oh God, well, I mean,
that's a wide subject.
Yeah, I dabble in so much shit. Like I've been, I mean, I've been for over a decade. I've been a full-time, fully qualified chef. I'm a fully qualified and trained carpenter. Like I don't use machines. I have like full handwork. And I've built like doors, windows, everything, all by hand. No machinery has been used in any of my training. I'm a musician. I've been in multiple bands. I've toured with said bands. I've made an album. I've worked in like general music production and things like that, because that's what makes me such an audiophile, like having things like sound as good as it can and things like that, which is why for this podcast I went out and bought a full audio interface, so I have complete control over every aspect of our audio and things like that. I spent way too much on a microphone to make sure that I sound as good as I can. It's very much the audiophile in me, from like my music part of me, that's just a part of me.
Well, as you've got like insanely expensive microphone, I've still got a Blue Yeti that I got. How long ago was this now? No, this is 4 years old. I've got this because I started it's like 3.5 years old, because I started doing my YouTube and stuff before I met you, and that's when I brought this microphone. Literally, everything else I brought a bit later, but this microphone's sold. So what
Nikon, and I use a Wii Rock Band mic.
Dude, the classiest of mics. As you do.
Gotta start somewhere. You have, when you were doing like your videos and like your streams, you literally had like a Wii Rock Band mic taped to like a rod, didn't you, or something like that, and you were using a laptop that ran at like 2 FPS. It's like, you gotta start somewhere. And now look at you, you've got a fucking full-blown fucking gaming PC and shit. Like, it's everyone's gotta start somewhere. I started with a PS4 wireless headset mic. I used the mic from the PS4 wireless headphones, which sounded amazing, but the mic was shit. I used the PS4 camera and I streamed from my PS4. That's where I started. Everything was PS4. I did everything from my PS4. Mic, camera, and gameplay with internet speed that was 300 kilobytes.
Oof, I forgot about that. You used to have really crappy internet.
And then I've worked my way up. I've now had 3 gaming PCs subtotaling over 10,000. I have full audio interface. I have a professional studio quality mic, which is more expensive than my biggest 4K monitor that sits in front of me. Even my boom arm costs more than my secondary monitor. I have full studio lighting. My camera stuff is being upgraded very, very soon. I'm going to a full mirrorless camera and everything, so I can get rid of the digital camera that is currently being used. You know, I've worked at this for like 3.5 years, slowly building everything. So
and getting it all done.
Yeah, so when I go to my YouTube and I look at my very first stream playing Rock Band 4 off of my PS4, it's good to see how far I've come in those years, you know. And obviously I now pay for a private internet for high-speed internet, which I pay for.
I'm going to be doing that soon as well. I'm going to be getting a O2 internet connection, so I won't have the potato anymore. I will actually have a cable connected to my PC to good internet, hopefully.
My PC is hardwired.
Yeah, mine at the moment, I'm currently using a Wi-Fi adapter because I can't connect to my router.
Yeah.
Because obviously it's just too far away. But I'm going to get something in my room itself, something separate, that's literally going to connect to a 4G tower that's going to be all the waves into the 4G tower to come back, and then I will have internet that is slightly faster in this, and I can actually do stuff with it. But as you're saying, with like starting, you have to start somewhere. I started with a phone, not this phone, but I started with a Samsung 5, which I held with my bloody hook hand like that, if you remember, to take recordings of myself and do that. And if you remember as well, I had a potato PC with a 740 in it that would almost set itself on fire whenever we would play Borderlands 2 back in the day. It was
you'd constantly crash even playing a game of that age. Yeah,
it was not good. But when you look at where you started to where you are now, like now I've got a computer that's worth $3,000, and yeah, that's about it. No, I've got a computer that's worth $3,000. I've got 3 monitors. I've got a proper desk. I've got a proper chair now. I've got a mic arm.
Unfortunately, you've your chair.
What do you mean? Unfortunately, I've got a chair.
You're still one of them people using a fucking racer chair.
Facts. Oh, nice. In an apartment.
Ooh.
Facts that I have got. Energy can't be destroyed, only changed. That's about it. No, you put me on the spot now. I can't remember. Well, you haven't put me on the spot. It's just my brain's been iffy.
I'm using some weird ass blue desk chair, uncomfortable as fuck. Yeah, that's what I mean. This is why, like, because I can talk shit on those racing chairs because I was one of those suckers that thought, yeah, I'll buy one.
Because, do you not remember I cut mine in half?
Because it was, but the reason why everyone bought them is because every big YouTuber and Twitch streamer had one. It was the in thing to have. People bought them because streamers were getting them. And the reason streamers were getting them is because they were getting sponsorships. They weren't paying for the chairs. And they were terrible chairs. They're uncomfy. No matter how much you pay and how much people used to say those racing chairs, they last so long, they're so comfy, they're talking out of their ass because they got them for free. Mine was one of the worst fucking chairs I ever bought. I would sit for a 2 to 3 hour stream, and I would have to get up because my back fucking hurt.
It wasn't a branded chair like mine was. Like, mine wasn't a branded chair either. That's how I set mine in half, because I looked at the weight limit of it, and the weight limit at that time was like 100 kilos, and I'm over 100 kilos in weight, and I literally just clean snapped it in half because they did a TIG weld instead of a solid weld.
Yeah.
And then I had a blue crappy chair for years, and I got this to treat myself.
Because before you got that chair, because the back snapped off, you were literally using it like a stool, weren't you?
Yeah,
so you had
you
had nothing to lean back on. You were literally sat on it like a tiny little swivel stool. It's just the base of the chair, and that was it.
Right.
My apartment costs around £36,000. Is it cheap?
No.
Wait.
It depends what area you're in.
Outright buying a place, depending in England, depending on the area. Around my area, if you were to find an apartment that you actually buy, you don't buy apartments really. You rent apartments. You can in London. You buy apartments. It's not a. You can rent it, but you are sort of looking at like 1,000 to 2,000 a month for a London apartment, and that's somewhere that's like probably the size of just like my physical space that I'm in. Of where I stream, like, and that's like £2,000 a month. So
describe an area. Is it like central into a city? Is it like near a place where you can go quite easily, or is it far away from everything?
Because if it's somewhere that's sort of like secluded, like it's very central, so it's going to be quite high cost.
Yeah, that makes sense if it's high cost. And also, are you buying the apartment outright with the 36,000? Because if it's outright, that is cheap. Because then you just own that.
11 kilometers from an airport. Yeah, so it's a very centralized place. So,
Not bad.
I don't know an apartment. Let's see how much an apartment costs central London, shall we?
Oh, £500,000. Dude, it's insane in London. It's $500,000 or something like 250k.
No, I don't want a booking.com. I don't want to fucking book one. I want to actually look at property prices. Thank you very much. Luxury apartment from 2.9 mil.
Yeah. That's a luxury.
Yeah.
So I guess 36k if you just own it outright.
He's paying it. Basically, yes, he is buying it outright, but it's being paid off in installments. So he's not renting. Yeah. So he's not renting. He is buying the place. Like your parents, smart. Like when they got that house, they did not pay for that up front. They would have got a mortgage with the bank and paid it off over years. Or like, you know, what 99% of people do. They get a house, they get a loan from the bank, so the bank owns the house, and you pay the bank back in monthly installments, like £100, £200, £300 for the next 15 to 25 years of your life, whatever your mortgage is with the bank, and that's how it works. And when it's paid off, you then own your house fully.
Yeah, because you don't want to fall into the trap that some people do where they rent out apartments or houses and they're paying literally like £1,000 a month that's going nowhere.
Yeah.
Because people do that all the time.
Oh, okay. He's paying $36,000 a year for 5 years for a sum total of $180,000. That's quite an that's.
I don't think it's a calculator.
It's $180,000. He's already done the maths for us.
No, I mean divided.
Are you dividing 36,000 by 12?
Yeah.
Well, that's easy enough. You don't need a calculator for that. I mean, well, you would, but you could.
I do.
You could have just asked me.
It takes me a while in my head, dude, to do all that. I can do the maths, but it's like with my reading, it takes a while.
Yeah.
I don't have to calculate though, so I don't mind reading numbers.
It's £3,000 a month if you just want to get it simple.
Yeah, £3,000 a month.
That's very similar to like London, like because you are looking at 1, 2 to 3, or if you get a really fancy place up to like 5,000+ a month. So it's quite expensive, but if you've got a job, like people who work in London, they earn a much higher wage. Like their monthly is like, you know, 5,000+. So it equivalates to the high cost in housing to the high cost of what they earn. So it is expensive,
but it works itself out.
It works itself out because, you know, yeah. But I don't have a job. Like I said, I'm a student. Yeah, so that's going to be... So I'm guessing you must have, like, some, like...
grant, maybe?
Yeah, you must have, like, maybe... Like, how are you going to be, obviously, as a student, if you're not earning money, how are you going to be paying, like, upwards of, like, 3,000... Well, to us, like, what would be worth, like, equivalent to, like, £3,000 a month?
Yeah.
Do you have, like, you know, like
that's how
an inheritance or something that you're getting a house with? Because that's definitely the best. Your brother's paying it until you get a job. Wow, your brother must earn some fucking serious bank. You're moving in on your own, but your brother's gonna pay it for you until you get a job. He's not moving in. He's not moving in with you. Because if so, that's, you know, that's one hell of a way to get some fucking, you know, some big bro points, or young bro points. I don't know if he's a...
I wish I could do that for my brother. I literally can't. But yeah, big up to your brother right there. Brother is doing well.
Yeah, he must be doing something very good with his life to be able to do that for you and still support himself.
Definitely he's gone into Dogecoin. That's how he's done this. You're just staying silent just to be like, stop it.
Drop the Dogecoin, man.
He got the Dogecoin, man.
That's alright, dude. That's alright. Don't worry about it.
Nah, don't worry about that, buddy. It's all good.
But yes, he can afford it. Right? He's doing something right in life. Or he could be doing something very dodgily. He could be some fucking drug baron or something.
Although Pablo Escobar, he like, how much do you earn a year? He earned like 180 mil a year or something like that.
Pablo Escobar was the biggest drug lord that ever existed.
How much did he earn a year? I'm gonna.
He didn't earn. It wasn't a job. It was just the biggest cocaine baron of an entire country of Colombia.
Yeah,
his net worth was fucking billions in cocaine.
Yeah, he got onto Forbes, didn't he?
Yeah, but not in a good way.
No, not in a good way at all.
He's a neurobiologist. He's a fucking brain doctor, dude. The dude must be earning hundreds of thousands a year.
Give him my number.
At Princeton, he's at Princeton Research Institute.
Dude,
holy
that's
fuck.
awesome. That is dope.
No wonder the fucking brains running your family, dude. Holy shit.
Yeah, that's genetic right there. That's awesome, dude.
600,000 a year.
That's decent.
Damn.
Yeah, that's about right. Yeah.
Damn. Actually, that needs more reverb. Damn.
Holy shit.
Approximate value, like a base value, yeah. So it probably could be more than that, to be honest. It's fucking neurobiologist, dude. That's some serious fucking money.
I have such respect for them because they're doing such good work within terms of how our brain works and how we can basically make it better.
Yeah, exactly. It can be more if it depends on his research that he's doing. That's fucking amazing.
Well, it's like with Elon Musk. And have you ever heard of Neuralink? I'm not sure if I told you about it.
Don't think so.
So Neuralink, what Elon Musk is doing is basically putting electrodes into people's brain. So we have a slow bandwidth with the internet, which is basically this phone right here, and that's our connection to the internet, isn't it? Like, or our computer is our connection to the internet, and the bandwidth we've got, if you think of it in terms of like internet connection, is how quickly we could read or process information. With Neuralink, what he wants to do is take that out and basically put neurones into your brain that can connect you to information. So the first idea, what he wants to do with it, is help people with like disabilities or people who can't move their arms or legs.
Where have you sent it, Nikon? Discord?
What's he sent?
I don't know, hang on. 2 years ago, he did some significant work on some incurable brain disease or something, got a bonus of 350,000 for that year.
Dude,
right, so you might disappear for a second. Sorry, guys.
Oh no!
Oh my god, it looks like Beat Saber. It looks like Beat Saber text. That's kind of cool though.
Is that actually Beat Saber text?
It basically, it's got like that like neon sign look, and it kind of looks like Beat Saber text. It is. It's Beat Saber text, but it has my name, and we could have like our name under each one.
That'd be cool. Oh, I will definitely make a video with that. That's cool.
Dude, if you can make it one for Ross, we will fucking...
Yeah, we'll pump that out for you, dude.
I'll literally grab these assets and I'll bang them like into the stream for sure. And he's back.
Real good.
But yeah, so basically what it'll be, if you look on the stream end of things, it'll literally just be like directly under each of our cams.
Oh,
so
that's cool.
mine will say Luke under here, and yours could be in whatever color you'd like. Because I'm guessing you can just do whatever color. Yeah. What color do you want for yours, Ross?
Neon green mixed into purple.
If you can do 2 colors, can you do? My brother's failed. My brother failed in social studies 4 times in a row, and so did I.
Things doesn't run in your family.
He doesn't know. He might be able to try. You might have to just pick a single color, dude.
3 times in a row.
Social studies.
Yeah, but that's just persistence. That's brain power right there. The brain power to continue to keep moving forward to what you want to do. That is brain power. Like, I hate when people say, oh, that person's stupid, because really, no one's stupid. Well, there are real, true stupid people out there, but really, no one is really stupid, because everyone's got something that they can do.
Fuck's sake, it's brain. He's fucking done, because you said about brain power. That's now what we got. What? Have you not heard that song, Brain Power?
No.
Oh, dude. Wait, you can wait, can you hear the Spotify?
It's separated, isn't it? Although I'm not sure. I'll in post I'll edit out. DCM. I'm worried about it being flagged. Send it to me on my side, and I'll just listen to it, so it's not on stream.
Yeah, I just because it's only gonna be a little bit anyway.
Yeah, I think we can pump out at least 5
and
seconds.
I don't even think that this would even be a DMCA-able song, to be honest.
You never know. If we start even singing Twinkle. I'm not even gonna say the end of that. That's like Bill Star.
Adrenaline is pumping, brain passion, automatic lover. Yeah, right. It is such a fucking banger, mate. I'll send you the thing in Discord. Oops.
Dude, that's awesome. Dude, brag. That is something to brag about. Not going below 97 with that. That is something to be proud of.
Put that into YouTube and then listen to that into your end. And then sort of skip a tiny little bit of it so you can get to the actual chorus.
What time do you want me to skip to?
Hang on, let me mute it on. Oh wait, no, I can't. Never mind.
I have to sign in with my account because I signed out.
Go to 1:07. Ross.
Yeah, what?
1:07.
1:07.
Is where you want to go to.
Brain power. I like it. It's good stuff right there.
That's what that copy pasta is.
I need to do that song. I'm gonna get that song and do it. I'm gonna do it real hard. I'm gonna do it all day.
What do you mean?
I'm gonna do it all night.
Get that song.
I'm gonna do it on Beat Saber bar.
Oh, yeah, that's probably quite hard. I don't know. I don't think I've seen it on Beat Saber. Probably, or it is on there. But I've never seen anyone play it. Nikon's probably played it, to be fair.
Yeah, Nikon's insane at Beat Saber. He can do Expert Plus and all sorts of shit. He's Expert Plus, although I have whooped his ass in a competition of the Beat Saber battles a couple of times. He was off his game, even in Expert
green to
Plus.
pink? No, what did your colours do you want? Green to...
Green to purple, so neon green to purple if possible. What's this?
I don't know.
What's this? It's just sent in chat. Ah, this is one of the videos. It's just yeah, seen that. Awesome, dude. Awesome.
I feel like, you know, obviously you've got to choose your color of your text. I didn't. It was just like an example that he made. So I might change my color. I don't know. I don't because I'm not a red person.
What you feel like? The color of your choice, what would it be? If you had to be a color right now, what color would you be?
I mean, if Nikon can make it in the green and purple, so like say like green on top, purple on the bottom, just for some symmetrical, I might do like purple and green, so it's opposite.
Yeah, that
just
sounds
so we
cool.
keep some sort of symmetry.
Yeah. And so it's like nice and neat underneath there.
Yeah. So it doesn't. It's not just like random clashing colors, because mine being like one color and yours being two, it would just look odd.
Yeah. It
So
has to have like color symmetry.
Yeah. So we could have like his will be green and purple, mine will be purple and green.
Damn it! I've just remembered something.
What?
Every color has its own unique vibrational frequency. And yeah, that's it.
Oh, it's just one little bit of information. One nugget of Ross brain.
Just a wee nugget for you. It's true color itself is hard to perceive, because when you perceive a color, you're not actually seeing the true color of it till you actually get the vibration.
What about purple and blue?
Ooh, purple and blue. I can do with purple.
Thing is, if it's easy enough for you to like change the colors and like just like show us examples or something, maybe just so we can see what they're gonna look like, because obviously we want to try to keep with the theme, but at the same time we don't know what the theme of our new background is going to be, like when we actually get graphics made. So this is where things get a little bit like convoluted. Like I don't know what we should concentrate on first.
I think we should concentrate on the graphics first,
if it's easy for you to do this and you don't mind, you know, making us some now so we can, you know, try out, see how it looks, and then maybe if we need you to like make another batch of like slightly different colors, which once the text is there, it's just changing the color. I can't see that being, you know.
Oh, that's cool. So didn't teach you in school
A periodic table in chemistry, and he didn't teach us the F block, saying that it was none of any use. Well, if you learn the periodic table, you'd want to learn all of it. You can't just say a part of the periodic table is not of any use.
No, you can't.
Because if you're going into fucking chemistry, the whole fucking periodic table is of use.
And seeing as the periodic table itself isn't a finished product, it's always been, well, it's not always being changed. But
if a new element is discovered, it will be added to it. It theoretically will never be definitive, because we haven't discovered every element, and we probably never will.
Well, it's like element 115 that got discovered in the Hadron Collider, which someone theorized in the late 90s, and it only just got proven back in.
Last time it got changed was late 2017. You know what I mean? Like, that's not that long ago.
No, it's not, and it's you gotta think, 2017, I was already out of school at that point. So from me leaving school, the periodic table had changed because of how our science goes, which is just ridiculous why he didn't teach you the full periodic table, because there's elements that are heavier than others, and elements that mix together to make other things. There's man-made. I don't understand that at all.
Yeah.
That's just a bad teacher right there.
This has been literally like an actual like topicalized and very science heavy podcast.
That's my
Where
bad.
the
I'm
last
sorry.
one, no, that's good, because then this one actually has like an actual topic that we could actually give it a title. Like,
yeah, we could
it's
say.
not just gonna be podcast 1. This one can actually be like science, the universe, and everything in between as the title.
Yeah, but dude,
Like,
don't forget.
so people kind of know what to expect. Yeah, but that's like the topic. That's like the main filling of the podcast sandwich.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had, talking about other stuff at the beginning. That's like the lettuce and the tomato and shit. But the meat,
we talked about literal shit.
Yeah, and literal shit. But the actual meat is very science based.
Yeah, that is very true. The meat of this podcast is science based.
Yeah. Synthetically prepared elements got added to the periodic table. Exactly. So it's not just natural ones that we know of. It's now other ones that have also been added. All right, and we have some things from Nikon.
Awesome. And also, other parts of the universe possibly could have different laws of physics to our laws of physics.
Fuck, I accidentally explored every frame. Oh, because in the file, Ross, it's a video file basically. So in my name, the U is like broken and it's like flashing and it's like turning on and off.
Nice.
Like, you know how you see like that meme that was a Target sign, like the sign from a Target store, and the T is flashing because it's like the bulb is broken, and the guy goes, "Welcome to Target," because the sign's flashing. So the U in my name is flashing. Right, let's get you back now. You've been gone for too long. Where the E is flickering.
Yeah,
the Beat
it's
Saber
cool.
logo, yeah.
Just like flicker, flicker, flicker. Yeah, outside of our atmosphere.
Every law is almost different, yeah.
What I find interesting about atmospheric pressure is how the boiling point of water changes depending on the atmospheric pressure. So higher elevation means lower boiling point of water, which I find amazing.
Well, yeah, because when the air is thinner, the atmosphere pressure is completely different. Therefore, water boils at the top of Mount Kilimanjaro at like 50 degrees.
Yeah,
where down at level 0, it needs to get to like 95 to 100 to actually start to physically boil. So it's just it's cool. It's cool. The lower the pressure, the lower the boiling point. Yeah. The thinner the atmosphere, the less there is needed for the water to reach a point of boiling. It's not actually air pressure. Oh no, that's it. Yeah, not air pressure, air density. Yeah. I knew what I meant. I just worded it wrong. You could. Yeah.
You're not a scientist.
No, I'm not the scientist. You are.
Wait.
And not you. No, Steve.
Oh.
He's an actual scientist. You're just someone who enjoys the topic.
I enjoyed the topic very much, and I took most of my GCSEs in it. I need to take my medical. I want to go back to college and do it again because I need to go back and get it done. I think. It's something that I've been thinking about for a while, but at the same time, I also want to make content for like this. I want to do YouTube, I want to do other things and bits and bobs. But you look at Mr. Ruffle Waffles, how he's getting a science degree and doing his YouTube at the same time as well.
No.
But he's doing it because he can support himself off his YouTube.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't need to worry about doing a job as well. He just works, earning his money around earning his degrees and stuff.
If I could ever get to a point where I could be self-efficient on this or anything else, I think I would go back to college or school.
But the thing is, the only part there is obviously saying like becoming self-sufficient from like doing like this and stuff like that.
It's a full thing. It's like a 7-day-a-week thing.
Not just that. like the money would have to be a little bit higher because of the fact of this isn't a every single day thing, so the money would have to be exponentially high for this to do anything. Plus first, obviously, like percentage splits in how much that is making, so it would have to make even more money for that your cut to then sum up total. Plus you would be paying tens of thousands and tens and maybe even hundreds of thousands to put yourself through courses for that, because you would be paying in full. You would have no assistance. You would be the person paying. Like going through medical school, hundreds of thousands in debt you go into to do that for the next 8 years, just to hope that you can become a doctor. Not guarantees you, but that's hundreds and hundreds of thousands of debt. So this would have to become so insanely efficient, which I don't think it could be. I don't think there is a podcast out there that could support that.
So I'm not talking about this in particular, I'm talking about my own YouTube and stuff like that, where I'll get to a point where I make myself self-sufficient off that. I know for a fact that this podcast can never be a main source of income. This is something we do on the side, me and you, for fun. And this is something that is going to be a good creative project for years to come, I believe. But I don't think this is going to be a main source of income for me. I think it's going to be a type of thing I do on the side with my own YouTube. If I can get to a point where my own YouTube makes me self-efficient, that's why I'll go back to school. Also with school in England, it's like 9 grand, 12 grand. I know what you're saying with medical school, you're going to have to go out and pay a shit ton of money for that. But if I can get a science degree, I'll be happy. Also, 2 friends of yours dropped out.
Dropped out of college that were in his year.
Yeah, that's not surprising. Some people just go for the experience, which I don't understand. Like, they have the brains there, but they go for the experience, which I'm like, if you're going to college and getting yourself into debt...
Yeah. To then just drop out because you just can't do it. Well, you know, but you've got, you know, you had to do it to experience whether you were cut out to do it or not. And if, you know, you spend the money to do it and you end up dropping out, that's, you know... But I mean, like I said, both of those people that dropped out of college, one of them works at KFC. One of them's a full-blown, you know, businessman. Like, they both did, two different outcomes. One of them did something with it, the other one didn't.
So I bet one of them learnt from his mistakes. It was like, I'm dropping out because he doesn't see a future in that, and the other one was just like probably way over his head. I'm just speculating here from the 2 different job careers. Although KFC does offer management positions, and the management positions aren't that bad, especially if you work in management with KFC during the afternoon or morning rushes. Then you can go into any other management position. Like, people working fast food who do management positions in like high rush hour times, they're fucking well organised.
He works at a Commonwealth Bank.
Commonwealth Bank. What's the difference between a Commonwealth Bank and just a bank? I'm guessing that's unknown.
But he is the president of the Adelaide branch, Commonwealth Bank.
Adelaide. Nice,
so
president.
Adelaide in Australia.
Decent. See, talking about Australia, someone who I go on dog walks with, he's got a cousin down in Australia, and he used to work in the army down there. And he was telling me about all the roads, how they built them, and how they were so janky. Are they all sorted now? $
2 million a year. And he dropped out of college. And the other person's working for minimum wage at fucking KFC.
Well, it's like what Elon Musk said. If you've got competence, you don't need a college degree. If you've got the drive to do something and you've got the knowledge, self-learning is very powerful.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like there's a lot of people who've dropped out and they've done something and they've actually gone for something. They've took the risk. They've done the challenges and they've been self-confident in themselves, which is understandable if you can get to that point when you've got something that you're like, I want to do this. I feel like I can do this and it's me who can get this done. Like a college degree is like, there's I was watching a story the other day about a girl who was going through her GCSEs and stuff like that, but she really loved slime. So she's just hyper obsessed on slime. She made a slime business. She's making millions of pounds a year just selling slime to different people. But that's because she saw there was a product, she saw there was an opportunity, there was a demand for it, she filled that role and made money from it.
Yeah.
And now she's got a role in her own company making slime.
Shame, though, because slime is literally dead now.
Yeah, slime is dead now, but
for that small period of time,
she made bank.
Yeah.
Which is something that she hyper accepted over and was just like, yes, I love this.
You found out how to do it, right? So Ross wants,
neon green and purple if possible, but all at the same time we need to sort out the graphics before we do anything like this.
Well, this is what I mean, like, we're not really 100% set on the colors, because obviously until we get like actual graphics for the actual layout of the stream done, it might clash and might not look right, but it depends on what color theme you go for. So do you want to do green and purple, or do you want to do purple and blue?
Green and purple.
You want to do green and purple?
Definitely.
Right, so
Yeah.
Ross, green, then purple. Me, purple, then green. During COVID, there was a money scarcity, so banks earned a ton. Like the Commonwealth Bank earned a profit of around £15 billion in 2020 alone.
Yeah, that sounds about right. My dad works for I shouldn't really say it. He works for a delivery company that made literal billions of pounds during the lockdown because of all the deliveries. The profits just went straight up into the air.
Yeah, of course.
Because of COVID and lockdown, people can go anywhere, so they're ordering everything online.
That's why when this all started, the first thing I did that I foresaw happening was I invested into streaming services stocks. Because guess what people are going to do when they cannot leave the house?
Watch streams, go on games. Well, look at GameStop stock. That was literally created out of
that was a whole different thing, because GameStop is a physical game store. It's nothing to do with digital. That's nothing to do with the COVID thing.
But I'm saying, like, people created that because they were basically sat down in the houses, not doing anything. They got given money to use, and a lot of people used it.
Green then purple, yeah. So Ross, green, purple. Me, purple, green. So an opposite. You got a friend in the stock market? Damn, Steve, you just fucking have the fucking.
You win at life.
Well, actually, to be fair, I know a couple people in the stock market, not that are like super, like high in there, fucking earning fucking hundreds of thousands of millions a year or anything. Like they like a couple people I know, they do it as a full-time job, literally day trading. So they buy and sell the same day. They don't long-term hold stocks. They buy in, they analyze the market, they know where things are going up, they're going down. They buy 20,000 of this at 9 a.m. and 11:30 they sell out for 90,000 in 2 hours. They've just made 70,000-80,000 profit in a couple of hours. Someone I used to work with, who used to work in kitchens with me, Dom, he now does full-time day trading.
Nice.
He doesn't do big money. He's working up to it, because obviously you have to build up your portfolio to get the money. So as you make more profit, you can then put more into the next one, therefore pulling more profit if analyzed correctly. So at the moment, he sort of does like, he probably gets like £400-500 a day, I'd probably say, I think.
That's pretty decent though, £400-500 a day. But, that's a
5 years ago, he was starting with like making like 10, 15, 20 to £50 max a day, 5 years ago. So it's a very slow process that he's doing it. He's playing it safe, so he's guaranteeing himself a slow progression. So in another couple years, he could be making a couple grand, because he's played it safe rather than jumping straight into, oh, I'm making 500 a day, I'm gonna put all 500 straight in to make like 5 grand the next day. No, he's only putting like 200 of that 500 and putting the other 300 into something else.
Awesome. That's awesome that your friend could help out your dad and sort that out, because that's true bro right there. That is just absolutely amazing that you could help him out like that and get him settled.
I just realized the fucking music was a lot louder than I thought it was. There we go.
Wait, you have some music? Oh yeah, I can't hear it, of course.
Yeah, no, it's a stream beats, so it's all good. It's all Gucci. It's all Harris Heller's free audio streaming.
Wait, he lived off the streets for 2 years? So he was literally homeless and then went to being on the stock market doing well for himself?
Basically, for the first 2 years of trading, he just did bad. Like, completely was in debt, was absolutely fucked, living on the streets, couldn't, and not being able to survive. Just trying to like make his money, and then he got it, he hit that rhythm, he got it, and yeah, now he's a millionaire.
As you do. But what a redemption story, eh?
Exactly.
That'd make an awesome book.
2015 beggar, 2017 millionaire.
Nice. I love stories like that. Literally going from on the streets to millionaire, sorting out your own shit, doing your own things in your life. Oh, that's crack though. Yeah. I know someone who's invested into batteries. So there's lithium-ion batteries, and there's this new type of batteries that's getting created in England at the moment that is not based on lithium-ion or copper or zinc. I can't remember what the chemical he told me was, but if it gets created, it has 5 times the capacity of lithium-ion. So it's literally could be £1 billion company.
I mean, saying that, like £1 billion company, that's so minor.
Yeah,
you know Dogecoin. That's over $1 billion, and it's worth 5p. So saying a company's going over $1 billion is just not anything in the trading world, like at all.
Yeah, probably billions and billions of pounds if it has that type of priority. But for a number, that sounds quite nice and round. £1 billion company, probably trillion, probably a couple £1 billion. Also got advice from traders and stuff. Oh, okay, so he got some like advice from people at the top, helped him out and sorted it all out for him.
Yeah, and then just invested wise, didn't get greedy, didn't just try to like, the more I put in, the more I'm gonna get out, and just be like, I'm gonna fucking I'm gonna make so much money. Because the second you do that, that's when it's basically, it's just another form of gambling. The second you hit money, and the second you get greedy and go, I'm just gonna blow it all, because if I just keep going, this, £100 made me £1,000. Imagine if I put £1,000 in, that's 10 grand. Imagine if I do 10 grand. The second that happens, the second you're gonna fail. Same with gambling. As soon as you, like me, I have literally done that so many times.
Yeah, but I have like a limit of like, when I go to gamble, I have a set limit that I'm willing to lose, and then if I lose that, I walk away. And that's how I always look at gambling, and that's how I've always done it. I've done it before where I've had a couple pounds. I'm like, I'm just gonna go lose a couple quid on a fruit machine. Bloody bastard fruit machine gave me 32 quid to take on a plane, where it's all euros, and I was like, what am I gonna do with 32 quid? It was actually kind of annoying at the time.
Well, you say on a plane, they take every currency on a plane. You are not stuck to what currency you use. Yeah. But yeah, like the whole like being greedy thing. Like I've put like 20 quid on a slot before. Got up to like 300 off that 20 quid. And I was doing like 20, 40, 50p bets. What did I do when I got to that? Let's put up to 6 to 10 pound a spin bets. Because if it hits, it's going to hit. Guess what happened within 5 minutes?
Didn't hit or hit?
My account went to 0.
I remember you telling me about this. You used to be in a league with your friends as well.
Yeah, in my old job, when I was earning too much money, I ended up spending like close to $1,000 every month on online betting and gambling.
Yeah, and it was good and bad because you made money, but also you lost a lot of money.
Oh god, I lost so much money. I lost so much money. I made some big hits. Like I put like £100 on a singular horse to win after a bet. Someone said, "Oh, I think this horse is gonna win this race, but the race is running in like 2 minutes." So I rushed on there, put £100 down, and it won. And it was like 100 to 1. So I made $1,000 in like 2 minutes. But there's other times where I've, put...
It's that quick fix where it's not good and it's something that's quite harmful. Flowchart. Yeah, life does get exponentially better for most people when you look at the flowchart of a life. It's just working its way through it. But the situation with your dad and your brother and your friend who dropped out is just amazing how they've worked their things out. Does it look good?
It does look very nice. Obviously, I don't want to be like super critical and stuff at the moment because we're not, this is just so we can see how it's always, how it's all gonna look. Because obviously, when I'm looking at it, I'm thinking the colors don't seem bright enough. Like they seem very like dull colors. The green's quite good, but the purple just seems really not that bright. But it's like I can see where if the colors were just enhanced and brought up a little bit on the contrast, I think it would look great. But it's not to be critical at the moment because we're just trying to see how it's going to look.
Yeah.
And then when we decide on a color theme, we can maybe get Nikon to maybe like make us like our final ones. We don't know. We'll see. Right, Dad, 123,000 a year. Me, 500,000 a year. My brother, 900,000 a year. Dropout friend, 2 million a year. Stock market friend, variable around 3 million a month in US. Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
It's fucking mad. I am nowhere compared to the others. Yeah. Even though you're earning, 10 to 20 times more than the average person does in a year that lives a perfectly stable, happy, average lifestyle. You feel like you own nothing compared to everyone else.
Yeah, but money isn't always the most important thing. Don't forget, you're gaining knowledge.
Yeah, but like, the whole, money. This has actually been a study. They say money doesn't equal happiness. Yes, it does. Up to 150 grand is where money stops becoming happiness. Because after 150,000 a year is where you no longer have the money that could buy you everything that you would need without having this just extra money that literally is there for no reason. But there has been math that you can buy yourself, you can get your dream house, you can get your dream car. You can then you don't have to work, but you could use that time and the money to pursue what you really want to do, your dream thing. So it's like there's a point of where money equals happiness to a point.
Yeah, to a point. It's like with anything, the value of what you put on things is like, what's the value of knowledge? What's the value of self-worth? What's the value of what you want to do in your life?
Yeah.
It's like, if you want people to remember you for a long time, do you value in researching and trying to find something out?
Or how much money you can make off it? Yeah.
Yeah. Like how much money you can make off it, or are you trying to do it to for more grandiose kind of thing, where it's like you want people to remember you so your name doesn't die out, or are you doing it just for the betterment of mankind? There's so many different ways to put value on a life and put value in life itself. It's mind-boggling. It's kind of like quantum physics itself. It's just, there's so many different ways to do something. It's insane. Life itself and money are, like, money is a social construct, so if you don't have money, it doesn't mean you don't have happiness. You can have happiness at any stage of life.
The happiest people that have existed are the people who have nothing, aka monks.
Yeah,
they live to them the happiest, purest life that a person could ever live. They will never have a penny in their life if they were born into it.
Yeah, not necessarily happiness either. It's peace of mind.
Yeah,
so
happy. Yeah, but their happiness comes from the purity of their life. Not having the worries and that people deal with when it comes to monetary items.
Yeah,
they live a very pure lifestyle.
Very pure lifestyle, how it goes.
Oh, I should have charged my phone. I didn't look at it. 2 seconds, I'm going to go plug it in.
The doctor who invented medicine basically created it by accident. So what you mean by medicine, you mean antibiotics, because that was created from a doctor... You're right, I can't remember his name. Or was it her? I think it was he or her. Basically left a culture out, which is a mold culture, and it looked like it killed off some bacteria, so they did some studies on it. Basically, that's how they found antibiotics.
Right, so I've got another sample. Right, yeah. Nikon. I mean, to be fair... Oh, wait, no, yeah, he did. He sent both. He sent both.
Yeah, that's very true. Time can never be regained.
Looks sick, man. Awesome.
Yeah, time can never be regained, because once it's lost, every single second of it is worth more than the weight of millions of billions of pounds. But at the same time, people spend their time every single day at their jobs. They spend time doing things they might not like me. I personally, the job I do has some value to it with what I can create and what I put to the world. Yes, there's value in that. But what I do, for me personally wise, I'm a bit selfish like this, is it doesn't give me value in what I'm doing in terms of progress. And always, I want something where I can always progress, I can always learn, I can always do something different, where I can transform what I'm doing as I'm doing it. But with where I'm at the moment, it's just the same thing day in, day out, day in, day out. And yes, I can improve it in different ways and different things, but the time I spend on that I will never get back. But the time I spend on it as well is how I get like a computer or monitors or this microphone. So it's an interaction that's a bit weird. I wish it wasn't like that at the moment. I wish I could be driven enough, I think is the word to say, not smart enough, because anyone can be smart and not do the things to make money. It's being driven is a way to make money. Being obsessed on a certain thing, just like trying to figure out every little thing the way that works out the best for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. And on that note, should we call it there? Because it's 3 minutes to 10 and I need to pop off quite early. Talking about time, I'm getting up early tomorrow to spend my time trying to improve my body.
If I don't follow, I have to sleep. Awesome, no problem, dude. Enjoy your walk with your girlfriend, my dude. Appreciate you stopping by, dropping a follow, and just, you know, given this stream definitely a whole new theme than what we really expected this to sort of turn into, because it was literally just like a 5-minute rant from Ross
Yeah.
has literally turned into the following like hour and a half, pretty much.
Yeah, I did say once I get into stuff like that, it kind of gets out of control.
Yeah, but that's fine.
That's fine. Thank you for the follow, by the way, Nikon.
Oh, Nikon finally followed. Why are the notifications still not going off?
I don't know why the sound didn't go off.
Yeah. I'll sort that out another time. It's absolutely fine. Right. Well, thank you guys for tuning in to the first real Glitchless podcast. Make sure,
which will be on YouTube.
Yes, for YouTube, make sure, because obviously we can edit these things in and out where it needs to for the video to flow right, because obviously the whole thing isn't going on YouTube. Fuck no one's going to watch that. But a clip down best version with all the topics and everything going on, this is what Ross is going to deal with. Make sure, guys, hit that subscribe button, hit the thumbs up button, turn on notifications so you know when we post the next highlights of our podcast. But if not, if you want to come watch these live, come follow us and come see Mondays 7 p.m. BST, that is British summertime, on twitch.tv/GlitchlessPodcast every single Monday here. And yeah, we just talk about whatever comes to mind, whatever chat wants. But make sure in the YouTube comments, if there's anything you'd like to see in the next podcast spoke about, let us know in the comments. Don't know when this is going to be up, not sure, depends on obviously when, you know, Ross gets the footage and sorts out, but it doesn't matter for now. But we just want to say thank you to everyone for tuning in, and yeah, it's been great.
Bye.
See you guys later. Yeah, we don't have an outro screen, by the way. That was one thing I never really set up, guys, so we just sort of do a really awkward end thing here. But yeah, thank you guys. We'll see you all soon. And for those obviously who follow me personally, I'll be live tomorrow on the Epic Snare channel, so probably doing some Borderlands 3. So I'll see you guys then. All right, see you later.